just so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, 'cause nobody made us, and no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people. Don't mess with this.
Good morning. It is Patrick and the people. Welcome to midweek. It is Wednesday, baby. What's going on, Amanda? How are you today?
Don't mind me. I'm just getting my life together.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's the way it goes, man. It's going to be a good day today. Got a great interview for you a little bit later with amazing metal band called Silent Season.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're great. And we're going to talk to them, see what's going on with them. You'll learn a little bit more about those guys, how to get their music and all of that stuff. Man, I got to tell you that I did something really cool yesterday right after the show.
Okay.
My buddy Darren Riggin was here.
Yep.
And
I saw that.
Yeah, and Bundy, of course. And so we were talking about, cars, and we started talking about electric cars and whatnot. And he has a friend who has a dealership, Evolve Auto, down here.
Okay.
And he goes, "Hey, man, you want to go ride in one of these real quick?" And I hadn't before. And so I was like, "Yeah, man."
Never been in a Prius.
Well, no, I've never been in that for sure.
Okay.
But I mean, I've never been in a really nice.
A really nice electric car.
Yeah. And so we went down there, and he said, "Yeah, man, let's take a ride in this Plaid, this Tesla Plaid."
Oh, okay. It's a Tesla.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a Plaid.
Yeah. Well, I'd heard the name, but I didn't know what it was.
Was the interior Plaid?
No, it's not, but it is the fastest domestic car made. It may be. Yeah, it's the fastest domestic car.
Okay.
0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. That's very fast.
That's very.
It's very fast. Trust me, we did it, and it was very fast. Yeah, I was like, wow. He goes, "Yeah, go ahead and put your head back to the seat." And I was
Go
like,
ahead and do
"Oh,
that."
yeah, okay, I'll do that."
So
And,
it doesn't jerk back.
man, let me tell you something. The G's you could feel your face.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah. No, I had a Chevelle, I had Trans Ams, I've had Camaros, I've had every kind of muscle car just about you can have. I've had some pretty fast sports cars, and I've been in some Porsches, I've been in a lot of things, but that's the fastest thing I've ever been in. And it was crazy, man. It was so fun though. It was really fun, and then he was showing the self-driving mode. Which is kind of cool.
That would scare me. Yeah.
It's cool though.
It is cool.
But now, you know how they always had those videos of people sleeping in them?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that now.
Okay.
Because it checks your eyes every so often to make sure that you're,
That's smart.
because, many years ago, I guess they had a wreck as a result of a guy sleeping and not following the prompts.
Yeah.
And so now I guess it cycles through and it's looking at your eyes to make sure you're awake, and
That's smart.
it'll start sounding alarms or whatever
Yeah.
if you're not,
Oh
so
my goodness.
yeah, but it's got sensors. I mean, if something runs out in front of you, it's going to stop,
Wow.
it was wild.
That's really cool.
It is cool. It was just neat to experience, I hadn't done that before. And so we were just talking about, how it worked and, how fast the charge would go and how many miles they'll go. And, apparently they're much better now than they were.
I would hope so.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was damn sure interesting to say the least. And so I had a good time. So thanks to
Very
Darren
cool.
and the guys over at Evolve Auto. Yeah, Bundy went too. He said the same thing. He was like, "Man, that's crazy." I was like, "Yeah, I know, man, I know." All right, let's get into a little bit of news that you can use here. Let's see what we got going on today in the world. Lots going on, that's for sure. All right.
It's cold.
Oh my God, yeah. As a matter of fact, let me tell you just how cold it is. Hold on. 16 degrees. That's what it is right now. Feels like 8.
Yeah.
That's what it says, and it does.
Sure does.
It
Freaking does.
It feels real rude right now.
I've never in my life looked more forward to low 50s.
Yeah, right. No,
Ever in my life.
I know that's right. Well, the good news
Maybe.
is it is going to get up to 41 today.
Is it?
So that's good news. And then it's going to get a little warmer every day. And Saturday,
Yeah.
Ark and Brawl. That's right, baby. Ark and Brawl is Saturday at noon. Free event. It's a huge wrestling event involving 4 different independent leagues, 9 matches, and somehow, some way, I am in the feature match. That's right. I'm in it.
I mean, that
I'm
makes
fighting.
sense.
I'm not just a ref or just, it's not ceremonial. This is the real deal. It's the main event. Yeah, I've been working hard, doing a little bit of work on the moves and whatnot, getting prepped up. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. I'll be honest with you.
Are you doing like Rocky and like eating eggs and
No,
raw
no,
eggs
I'm not
and
eating any
running
raw
up
eggs. No, I'm not running
upstairs
up in the
and
snow or anything, but I am working on, you know,
taking
position, counter position, things like that that are necessary when you're working with someone who's bigger than you, because size and weight wise, he's bigger. Now, that doesn't frighten me a bit. It does some people, but not me. I'm good.
yeah.
I'm good. So anyway, everybody come out. It's a free event.
Yeah.
Have hot dogs. We're going to have seating. Listen, it's going to be packed. I promise you this. It's going to be packed. And because it's going to be one of the most fun events you can go to. I promise it's going to be great.
Somebody had asked a question Monday that I forgot to get to, but I think they are the dumpling people going to be there?
I don't know if they will. I haven't even talked to them, to be honest. That's a great question. I probably should reach out to Theron and find out. That might be possible. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, let me find out. Good question. Good question. All right, where were we? Oh, yeah, we were going to do some kind of news here. The FDA has approved a Johnson and Johnson nasal spray to treat depression.
What?
I'm skeptical
sorry.
already.
I'm sorry.
The spray is called Spravato. It's the first ever standalone therapy for treating major depressive disorder that fails to improve with the standard drug regimens. The FDA green light means it can now be used by itself. Okay, that's what it is. Health experts say about a third of the 21 million U.S. adults who suffer from treatment-resistant major depression aren't getting relief from symptoms, and this will help. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know if I
don't
trust
trust
pharma
it.
on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've known people who've been on antidepressants for
Yep.
a long time. When's it going to kick in?
Yeah.
It's not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ever since we watched those videos.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's just.
No,
I
I'm
don't know.
super skeptical about it. To be honest with you.
Well, and something you were reading. You paused. I think it was between treatment and resistant.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know. The way it was coming was kind of like what we were talking about as far as like the treatment.
Well, it is, because the way that antidepressants basically work is they, it's supposed to eliminate the peaks and valleys of your serotonin. So
Right.
it just basically takes it and levelizes it. The
Right.
way that person described it, I think it was Gary Brecka, who said it'd be like if you had a flat tire and you stab the other three tires so that they're all the same,
Exactly.
which is a really bad solution.
Yeah.
Even though it's a solution.
It doesn't
You know,
compute. The
And
math
so
doesn't math.
he said that what you have to address is actually the production of serotonin,
Exactly.
and there are ways to stimulate that in the body naturally that do not require a chemical
Exactly.
that's not natural anyway. So
I like my natural chemicals.
yeah, I mean, which ones? Your antidepressants, you mean?
No.
Oh, you mean your supplements or whatever?
Yeah.
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 Oh, hey, this is great news. You want to do something fun? You got to get ahead of the curve for Valentine's Day, right? How about Waffle House? That's right. They like to go all out, and they're doing a special Valentine's Day dinner. It's February 14th. They'll have the white tablecloths, candles, festive decorations. They'll have a special Valentine's Day menu. You have to have a reservation, and you have to find out if it's at your Waffle House, if they're participating or not. But I mean, that's quite the Valentine's Day right
Hey.
there. That's some romance. Can I get some pecans in my waffle?
I mean,
Huh?
you can go all out.
Come on, man. Waffle House, really?
Hey.
You better be a big fan of Waffle House. That's all I'm going to say. You better have met there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you better have met over a waffle of some kind.
Like 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, you're bonding,
Bonding.
over steak and eggs.
Yeah.
Love is, what is this? No, we're not.
A
gonna
hash
talk
brown
about
bowl.
this. Yeah. Bill Burr and Shane Gillis are going to host a comedy event to raise money for the wildfire victims. The show will take place the 27th. Proceeds go to the Wildfire Relief Fund. They'll go on sale from Live Nation today. The show is just one of many events that they're doing to raise money for those affected. This is interesting. The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, that's in Colorado, celebrated 32-year-old bees, the oldest Asiatic black bear in the United States, on Monday. Bees enjoyed a birthday feast of strawberries, whipped cream, bear chow cake. The zoo says she's outlived her species' median lifespan by 3 years and stays active through enrichment activities despite of her age. So, hey, it's good that, these places like this are finally, benefiting the animal, not doing harm to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of zoos
I'm
at
not
all.
either. Ours is celebrating 100 years. Did you know that?
Our zoo is,
Yeah.
and I will admit that, zoos are much better now than when I was a kid. When I
Same.
was a kid, I remember going to the Little Rock Zoo, and there was a giant. I mean, he was just massive, just a massive lion.
Mm-hmm.
The typical giant mane. I mean, that lion.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a cage that was as big as a closet.
Yeah.
And that's where he was all the time.
Yeah.
And and as a kid, I didn't know better. Later, I was like, that's terrible,
Mm-hmm.
And now it's not like, you don't know what animals are,
Yeah.
In that time, the only way you see an animal is in a picture somewhere.
Exactly.
Now you can Google anything you want and see it up close and personal.
Well, and get so much more information.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan.
I'm not either.
All right, let's see. President Trump's pace did not slow much during his first day at the White House. At a press conference, he announced a joint venture with SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle named Stargate. The project's being funded by a $500 billion investment from SoftBank. Its CEO said at yesterday's press conference the company wouldn't have invested if Trump hadn't won. Sam Altman, who runs OpenAI, said the project will lead to huge advancements in healthcare. He signed a full unconditional pardon yesterday for Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road, which the FBI called the most sophisticated, extensive criminal marketplace on the internet. Yeah, I mean, they sold drugs through the internet. Attorneys general in 22 states filed a lawsuit yesterday to block his attempt to stop birthright citizenship. And the Trump administration revoked the Biden policy that blocked ICE arrests in certain areas. Let's see. The Gulf Coast area of the U.S. from Texas to Florida hit with a massive winter storm yesterday, dumped as much as 10 inches of snow in parts of Louisiana. Bourbon Street got 10 inches of snow.
I saw that.
And we've got none. I mean, I think there was a flurry.
There was some
maybe
dusting
yesterday.
Yeah.
Nothing to talk about.
There were people on skis
There
on
is
Bourbon Street.
snow in
Bourbon.
Florida.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
4 deaths are suspected to have been caused by the weather. 2 in Austin, Texas, died of hypothermia. A person in Georgia, a person in Milwaukee. Authorities in Texas yesterday said several people were hurt in a major accident due to weather. Louisiana State Police reported it had responded to 50 crashes yesterday. Well, yeah, they don't get snow in New Orleans. They don't know what to do. It's like here. I mean, look, you have a bunch of snow and ice here. I bet there's 50 wrecks here too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of them. I know that.
I know that.
Every time you see a bunch of snow, you start seeing cars on the side of the freeway out in the median.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The LA fire death toll is now 28. 2 new fires popped up near San Diego, which they suspect are arsonists. A lot of arson going on right now, man.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Netflix made its shareholders happy yesterday. They topped 300 million paid memberships in the fourth quarter. Its revenue went to 10.25 billion. That's a 16% increase. So what did they do? They celebrated by raising their price. Thanks for helping us make the most we've ever made. Now we'll raise our price. Appreciate you, Netflix. That's great. You'll be cable soon.
You mean they didn't have a pizza party?
No, they did not throw a pizza party for all their viewers.
They didn't give their people raises or health care?
I don't know about. Unless a labor agreement is reached here in the next couple of weeks, over 18,000 Costco workers will go on strike, and people will just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what'll happen. But 85% of the members voted to authorize a strike when the current contract expires January 31st. They're demanding better wages and benefits. They declined to give specifics about what they're trying to get. Costco, by the way, had about 250 billion in revenue, so they're doing all right. Portland.
I'm sorry, Rich
What?
said the pizza party is currently buffering for Netflix.
Is it? Yeah, it's buffering.
That was funny.
That is great. Portland police say a group of hooded masked people attached to the Multnomah County election building in Portland yesterday, or they attacked it. They wrote that wrong.
I was going to say
they
tied
attached
to it.
Yeah.
Attached to it.
They broke windows, spray painted graffiti. The Portland chief of police told reporters the actions indicate or demonstrate what?
Who wrote this?
I don't know, but they did a terrible job, and they should be fired immediately. It's like 8 to 10 people. They're trying to figure out who it was.
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. I don't even trust that now. It's so poorly written.
It is terribly written.
It's not even a Chat GPT.
No, you can almost always pick those out,
That's
though.
true.
They do funny things with ChatGPT. A South Carolina DoorDash driver is being praised for stopping a random stabbing at a Walgreens in Columbia. Kenneth Goodman picking up an order when the incident occurred. He acted quickly, tackling the attacker, disarming him, and restraining him until the situation was under control. The victim is in intensive care, but they did credit his quick action with saving him. So that's great. I mean,
Wow.
yeah. Family dining in O'Charlie's restaurant in Lebanon, Tennessee, accidentally left behind an envelope full of money, which was found and set aside by the 18-year-old server, Nate Alford. The family searched everywhere for the missing envelope. They were deeply grateful for his honesty and kindness. A member of the family shared the story on social media, and it went viral. Like, it was not just a little bit of money, it was a lot of money. And he could have easily just said, "There's my tip." You know what I mean? But he didn't.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah. No, I'm afraid there wouldn't be good news today. Hey, how about a little rock news? Shinedown headed back out on the road. The Dance Kid Dance Tour is going to start April 25th in Des Moines. The band's going to hit over 30 cities with Beartooth and Bush filling the role of featured special guest. Beartooth at the spring dates and Bush on the summer shows. Morgan Wade will open all of the shows. Pre-sale started yesterday. So if you're interested in seeing them, that'll be interesting.
It's kind of a random lineup.
Yeah. Here's some controversy. Marilyn Manson has announced his tour in May to support his new album, One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Following a sold-out tour in Europe next month, his will kick off May 2nd in Grand Rapids and run through May 25th in Dallas.
I feel like he challenged his people to create these titles and themes from like all the watchwords.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, can I just get a bunch of inflammatory language and
just put it together?
like shook it in a bag,
No, that's
threw
right.
it out, and just a little boggle.
You're probably right. Yeah, that makes sense. The wrestler and rocker are no more. AEW wrestling star Saraya, whichever it is now single after she and Falling in Reverse's frontman Ronnie Radke have split after their 6-year relationship. Yeah. She wrestled as Paige. You may have seen the documentary. It's a good documentary. In the WWE for a decade. Neither her nor Radke have given reason for the split, so fans are left wondering what happened. So who knows? But I think Radke's had some challenges this past couple of years. It seems like that he's run into a couple of problems here and there, if I'm not mistaken. He's pretty
Probably
outspoken,
right.
though. Interesting character. Interesting guy for sure. All right, let's get to a little bit of sports here and see if any of this is of interest to you. Here we go. The MLB Hall of Fame is going on, and let's see who is getting in here. The Major League 2025 Baseball Hall of Fame announced Ichiro Suzuki. He fell one short vote of unanimous. He is the first Japanese-born player to ever be inducted
Wow,
into the Hall of Fame.
that's awesome.
Yeah, CC Sabathia. He was on the ballot for the first time, made it through on almost 87% of the 397 ballots. Billy Wagner, it was his 10th and final appearance on the ballot, and at long last, his 422 career saves were good enough to earn him almost 83% of the ballot. So,
Nice.
yeah, it takes 75% of the votes to get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Falling just short, Carlos Beltran. He was only able to rake in about 70% of the votes he would have needed to be inducted.
Yeah, I
It's
was
got to suck if you're Carlos.
you
You're like,
seriously
oh,
or like
man.
74.
Yeah.
74.3.
Oh, yeah, that would suck, wouldn't it?
33333.
Yeah.
I always kind of wondered how they would determine those things, and not really so much with the sports, but especially for like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I always wondered how do y'all decide what's the
Yeah, I don't
parameters?
know if it's just a majority. I don't know how
No.
that works. It is interesting.
Is it like a
I,
MailChimp
no,
survey?
they have like the Academy Awards or the Grammys. People are chosen as voters,
Oh.
and so I'm sure it's a percentage of them. I just don't know what that percentage is.
Well, surely my invitation has been lost in the mail.
Yes, I'm certain it's coming this year, though.
It's rude.
The word epic thrown around and overused a lot. Yesterday's Australian Open quarterfinal battle between Djokovic and Alcaraz was very much living up to that description. Djokovic advanced to the semifinals after he beat him 4-6, 6-4, 6-3, and 6-4. Afterwards, he said that he wished the game was the final because it was one of the most epic matches he's ever played on the court. He said he felt like he was controlling the action, but he let him get back in. When Djokovic is at this level, it's really difficult. He's a really great player, one of the best, I guess. Let's see. Man, there have been some arrests in at least one of the high-profile athlete home burglaries that made news over the past few months. 4 men illegally here from Chile arrested during a stop in Fairborn, Ohio. The car they were driving had Florida tags, was pulled over after a lane violation on I-70. 3 of the 4 men gave fake IDs to the officer. A search of the car found, what did it find? 2 automatic center punch tools. Oh, the same identified as being used to break glass and enter homes. Inside the car, there was also an LSU shirt, a Bengals hat, both believed to have been stolen from the home of Joe Burrow, which makes sense. Search of phones revealed that at least one of the 4 men were in proximity. So, yeah, these are the guys. They caught them. And the dumbasses have the souvenir stuff. They got the merch in the vehicle with them.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. No, it's absolute genius, man. How do you do it? We need a better class of criminal, that's for sure. All right, let's get something else here. See what's going on with the people. What are they saying out here? Oh, hey,
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Hey, we've got a couple of new sponsors today I want to mention. Number one, A to Z Carpet Pros. These guys are great, man, and they will look. I don't care how bad your carpet looks. These guys are masters at bringing it back to life. Or let's say that you want to deep clean your home or get it ready to sell. You know where you have grout and that grout becomes discolored over time?
Yes.
These guys will come in, clean the floor. The grout will be immaculate. The floor, the tile will look immaculate. Just give them a call, 501-365-9793, or you can go to Z carpetpros.com.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm liking those prices. I've got some rugs that
Yeah.
need to be cleaned.
Yeah, you can get 4 areas for $119.
That's awesome.
2 areas for $79 or 3 areas for $99. And
Man,
that's a deal. That's a
that
bargain
really
right
is a
there.
deal.
Trust me, that is a deal.
Mhm.
Let's see, our other sponsor, the Drunken
Say
Monkey.
what?
Yeah,
What
the
is
Drunken Monkey out in
this?
Cabot. You know those guys?
No, I
Jacksonville,
don't.
Cabot area?
I'm looking at this
Yeah, man, it's a great little
cover
place.
photo or whatever,
right?
and
It's wild, isn't it?
it's catching my attention.
Yeah.
It's snagging my nostalgia.
Yeah, they are. And
Look
look,
at
if
those
you
pool
want to hang out, they got a lot of
tables.
pool,
Oh, snaps. I mean,
pinball,
yeah.
karaoke. They've got a lot of beer on tap. It's a lot of fun. A great place to go to. It's at 7619 John Hardin Drive. Technically, It's in Cabot, but it's
Yeah.
right on that Cabot Jacksonville bubble.
What are the ages on that? Somebody was asking on Facebook last night about
I think
pool halls with kids.
yeah, I think this is 21 and up.
From the looks of it, it
I'm
looks
I'm
21 and up.
certain that it's 21
Okay.
and up.
Okay.
Yeah, I am certain of that. It is a lot of fun. I
No, it looks
performed
cool.
there. I've been there many times, and it's a great place to go have some
Big.
fun. It is a very, very big place,
That place
and
looks big.
yeah, and a lot of room, and
Yeah.
then back behind that, there's a whole bunch of seating. So yeah,
Oh,
sometimes
very
they'll have live
nice.
music, they'll have
Yeah.
comedy. They do a lot of different things there.
Okay.
So it's a great place to go if you haven't been. All right, let's talk about. Well, we talked about Netflix a minute ago, and that that they had a record year, and so they're excited to be at the best they've ever been, and so now they'll charge you more.
See, that makes me not want to get
Yeah,
Netflix.
well,
And the only
right.
reason I was going to get it was so I could watch my wrestling.
Well, they went down for the first time a couple quarters back, and then they've roared back. They surpassed 300 million paid memberships. They added 19 million subscribers. Now that growth was driven by several different things.
Yeah,
but
WWE.
WWE is a big one. NFL is going to be one. So lots of things. But so now it's going to go up a couple bucks. That's what's going to happen. You know,
Ugh.
it's going to go from $15.99 to $17.99. Soon there'll be cable. They're going to be too high.
No shit.
But having said that, I thought it'd be interesting to go through this. There are a lot of streaming services out there. Basically, an endless amount of stuff you can watch at any time, but not all of it's really worth watching, is it?
Yeah.
A new survey offers some insight on what the best shows and movies of the past year are.
Oh, I'm excited to hear
yeah,
this
this
list.
is a poll of over 2,000 Americans.
Okay.
So Shogun is the most liked show that came out in 2024. 94% of people who watched the historical drama gave it a favorable rating, and 65% said it's great. Now, I'm not much for that kind of show.
What is it?
It's called Shogun.
Yeah.
So
Is it like
it's a
Showgirls?
No, it's more like Japanese warriors.
Japanese Warriors? Is
Yeah.
it dubbed?
I don't know. That's a good question. Now,
Probably not.
that was followed closely by season 3 of The Bear. Now that's about a chef.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
real
I am
dramatic.
well aware.
Yeah, you
I'm
like
well
that?
aware. Well, I mean, I've seen clips, and I know that Jamie Lee Curtis is also in it.
Is
I mean,
she?
yeah, she
Okay.
plays his mom
Okay. All right.
and an alcoholic, an active one.
I liked. That's the second time he's played a kid of an alcoholic.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Shameless.
Yeah, I loved him in Shameless. He
Yeah.
played Lip.
Uh-huh.
Philip.
Yep.
Lip. He went by Lip
Yep.
on Shameless. He's a great actor.
He really is.
92% of people who watched it say it's good. Landman. Everybody's talking about Landman with Billy Bob Thornton right
I'm
now.
catching clips of this.
Yeah, no,
and
I watched the
wow.
first episode. It's really good. It's man, he's just he's one of those
Billy
guys
Bob.
who just seems to get better as he gets older
It's
as an
Billy
actor.
Bob.
You know,
Yeah.
and I never really understood the sex appeal that apparently he has, but he has some weird sex appeal to women for sure. I think it's just the swag maybe, but yeah, you're not
Yeah.
for you.
Hmm.
Me either, but ladies seem to love him. When it comes to movies, A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan biopic, was the most liked film last year. 99% of viewers said it was good, 75% great. That's the one with that young lady, Timothy Chalamet, right? That played Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't he with one of the Kardashians or they?
I don't know.
With-
I'm not sure. Is
They're
that
with a Kardashian.
is that right?
Yeah.
One of the Kylies or the Kendalls or
I think it's
something.
Kylie.
One of the Jenner girls.
I think it's Kylie or I don't know because those two I get confused because one's
Yeah.
a lot more slutty than the other one.
Yeah.
Or
One's a lot more rich than the other one. I know
well,
that.
true. Well,
Yeah, Kylie is the
one
rich-
doesn't.
She's
the one
that
that doesn't
sold her
have
makeup.
the one
thing.
that the one that doesn't have kids. Proud of you,
Kendall.
girl.
Kendall.
Yeah, that's Kendall.
Yeah.
Okay, proud of you, girl.
I don't know that because I want to. I know that because I've been in a room where the Kardashians were playing, and unfortunately, the osmosis, even when I don't look at it, somehow gets in. Deadpool and Wolverine was a huge hit. 90% love it. The Wild Robot, yeah, and Deadpool and Wolverine was awesome. It was everything you wanted it to be. I've watched it probably 3 times. It's amazing. Fallout, Amazon Prime's adaptation of the video game series, was the most watched TV show of 2024. 13% of respondents viewed it. I'll tell you, I've liked
But
it.
did they like it?
I don't know. There's
Because I've heard.
a video game adaptation I like called Twisted Metal. And it
Yeah.
has Anthony Mackie.
Yeah,
in
that's great.
it. I really liked
was
that. I
really
was
good.
surprised that I liked it so much.
Me too.
I tried it on a lark and I went, damn, this is fun.
Completely accidental.
Yeah.
Same. Wasn't meaning to, and the next thing I know, I'm like,
Yeah,
kinda
it's a
staring,
real
just like,
weird,
wow,
dystopian, cool
yes.
vibe to it.
the lighting, the color, like just
Yeah,
the whole.
it's very visually
It's
captivating, isn't it?
phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is.
Well
And I like
done.
Anthony Mackie.
I
He's
do too.
super likable.
Agreed.
Hmm.
And and also speaking of agreeing, I agree with Little Doggy. I think the whole thing with Billy Bob is more. He pulled Angelina Jolie and a young Angelina Jolie, and
Yeah, but we now know she's batshit crazy.
I mean, I knew she was batshit crazy when
Well,
she
I
did
did then.
Gia. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
she
you
was
can't
pretty.
you can't play it that well.
Yeah. You know, to me, she's one of those people who in the day was just like so fine. And now she
She's
looks
too
like
thin.
Cruella or
She's too
Maleficent
thin.
for real. I mean, she looks witch-like to
Mm,
me.
I've got a friend who back in the day, I mean, when she had a little bit of weight on her,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was one of, oof, but she
No,
has
she was
lost,
beautiful then.
but lost so much weight and looks like Angelina now with where you can see. I
No,
mean,
her
we
arms
call her
look like a
Skeletor.
3D cartography
Yeah,
map.
yeah, we call her Skeletor.
Yeah,
And
I mean, that's about
I'm
right. I mean,
sorry,
it's
love you, mean
unfortunate.
it, but
Let's
eat
see.
some.
So the top 5 most watched shows: Fallout, The Penguin,
Okay.
Dune Prophecy,
Oh yeah.
House of Dragons Season 2, and The Lord of the Rings Rings of Power Season 2. There's a new Lord of the
There's
Rings?
there's a show?
A new Lord of the Rings show?
What?
Okay.
And
All right, then. The top 5 most watched movies of 24: Beetlejuice.
and
I,
nobody liked it. I
haven't-
didn't see
I'm going to
it.
be honest, I haven't watched it yet because
Same.
everybody I've
Said
talked to said it was
crap.
bad.
Yes.
And so I don't want to
Same.
sully the memory of the first one,
Same.
but I'm going to end up watching
I
it.
know. I'm gonna have to too.
Deadpool and Wolverine, Bad Boys Ride or Die. I tried to watch it. I did. Man, I probably watched the first 20 minutes of that movie, and I can't get past it right now. I cannot get past Will Smith right now. I want to. I just can't.
I want to watch it because I love Bad Boys.
I love Bad Boys.
I love Bad
I
Boys.
did
And I
see-
liked Bad Boys too. Bad Boys 3 was
Yeah,
funny too.
yeah,
My favorite part of Bad Boys 3 was was Reggie.
Yeah.
Because Reggie's still here and here's Reggie and
Yeah.
that was just awesome.
Reggie's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene is great.
It's so funny.
Let's see. Number 4, A Quiet Place Day One. That is a good movie. And Twisters. It had everything it's supposed to have to be successful. It had all the ingredients.
Just not Bill Paxton.
No, it's
I'm
not.
sorry.
It's just
I haven't seen it.
You know
and,
what?
for the same
Phil-
reason I haven't seen Beetlejuice because I love Twisters so much.
Twister. Here's the thing: Twister versus Twisters.
Twisters.
Okay, I do like Gary Powell. He was also in Maverick.
He's very attractive.
Got a lot of swag,
Yeah,
a lot
he
of
does.
game,
Yeah, he
a lot of appeal as an actor and a character. So
Mhm.
he's
Looks AI
infinitely
generated.
watchable and enjoyable.
Agreed.
Okay. But other than that, and I wasn't even sure that the character made sense, but when I look at Twister, the original, I mean, every character in it, even, look at Philip Seymour Hoffman as Dusty.
Fabulous.
He was phenomenal. I mean,
Every single character.
every character ate the scenery
yes,
up.
they did.
They were
Yes,
really
did.
Everything
Yep.
Everything was pretty, were
Cohesive.
there some
Everything
stupid
made
things in it?
sense. Well, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Of course there was.
But there's a lot of movies I accept stupid in.
well, yeah.
So,
Well, yeah.
Armageddon, it comes to mind. I
I
mean,
mean,
the Face
so
Off.
many.
I mean, come on, there's a lot of them.
So many.
But so it just doesn't have the spirit, the
Mhm.
quality of the first one. The characters were pretty boring, and they redid some of the same shit. And
Yeah.
I was
Was
like,
it like a reboot? Was it Kevin Smithy?
yeah, I mean, it was half new, half
Half,
reboot. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, more or less. Kind of like any recent Star Wars movie. It's about half Star Wars new and half the same as the old one.
Do you feel like we are done with originality in films?
No, probably not. But I think that right now it's tough at the moment. I think that we're going to have to break some new ground somewhere. It's probably going to take AI to actually come up with some new stuff,
Mm,
because the humans right now are letting us down. They're all
that
into,
is true.
they're all, I mean, they just write sequels.
Yeah.
So speaking of bad movies, the Razzie nominations are out.
What?
That's the annual award show honors in reverse. So they award the worst things to come out in the theater. Uh, so what are the worst pictures? Well, Borderlands is one of the worst pictures, or nominated. Is it just
Mm,
nominated? Let's see. These are nominations. So Borderlands, Joker, Folly I Do. I will not watch that. I have not watched that.
I haven't
I'm
seen
not
that.
ever going to watch that. Why would you ever make a musical out of a comic book movie? What are you doing?
What?
So self-indulgent.
I keep forgetting that this is a musical. Like I'm
So
seriously
self-indulgent.
blocking that out
It's
because I was yeah.
oh, it's terrible.
Every time I hear that it's a musical, I'm
It
shocked.
just makes
Like
me
I'm hearing it for the
upset.
first time.
It's
No,
like, come on,
y'all
man.
ruined that.
You
Y'all
know,
ruined it. Y'all
and
could have done a lot with it.
a lot.
You could have done a lot.
Madam Web, yeah, it was pretty weak.
Didn't see him.
Megalopolis and Reagan.
Didn't see him.
Well, Reagan just came out, I think. Now, as far as actors, Dear
Razzie
Santa,
actors? Okay.
yeah, Dear Santa, Jack Black nominated for that. That's the one, I think, if I'm not mistaken, where the kid writes a letter to Santa, but he misspells it.
And it's Satan.
Yeah, and Jack Black is Satan. So I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know whether it's.
I'm completely unaware of this film.
Yeah. Zach Levi for Harold and the Purple Crayon, another movie I've never heard of.
I mean, I've heard of it.
Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, the
Just
second one.
The
Yeah. Dennis Quaid for Reagan and Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted. I saw a trailer for that, but I haven't watched it yet. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I've never even heard of this.
It's like some kind of, supposed to be a comedy movie about somehow cereal is involved. It's a lot about breakfast cereal or
okay.
something, and it's
No, yeah, like the some cereal wars or something like
yeah,
that.
something,
Kellogg
yeah,
and something. I
something.
have seen the trailer for this. I
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
All right, let's
All
see.
right. Get off Dennis Quaid, man.
I like Dennis
I
Quaid.
love Dennis Quaid.
Man,
Inner Space.
he was in
Inner
he was in a
Space.
movie way back when he was super young called
Something.
Dreamweaver. No, Dream.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where I'm
yeah.
trying to remember the name of it, but
That's why we have IMDb.
yeah, it was a
I know
real
what you're
good
talking
horror
about.
movie at
No,
the
I know what you're
time, kind of a
talking about.
sci-fi horror movie. Now,
Yep.
if you watched it now, the effects are so bad. Dreamscape. That's the name of it.
Dreamscape. Yep.
Yeah, that's the
it.
name of it. Dreamscape.
I love Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, I've liked him for a
He's a
long time. He's a
good-looking
great
man.
actor. So nominated for Razzies as an actress: Kate Blanchett for Borderlands, Lady Gaga for Joker, Bryce Dallas Howard in Argyle, Dakota Johnson, Madam Web, and Jennifer Lopez Atlas. Jennifer Lopez probably gets it just because everybody hates
Because it's
Jennifer
Lopez. Yeah, girl.
Man, she, for someone to go from, top of the food chain to the bottom so fast.
Damn near Selena.
I mean-
Damn near Selena. You were right there. You were right there, sis.
I mean, how did you fall so fast and so hard?
Did he?
You think that's what it was?
I do.
I mean,
I really
because
do.
look, I know that she had some, kind of a bad press run. That maybe she's a little bit of a diva or whatever.
But that is expected.
But everybody's kind of that way.
Exactly. Nobody gives two shits
all of
about
a
her being a
sudden-
diva.
all of a
But
sudden
it's
everybody
the Diddy
hates her.
stuff. It's the Diddy stuff.
Is
I
that what it
promise
is?
you, it's the Diddy stuff. Because we can forgive your shitty movies, But like even
They really aren't that good.
right, but even this whatever Atlas is that whatever it is, I don't. There's like 3 of them that she's done, and she's paid for them all. Like she's because everybody was like, no, we're not paying for these.
No, nobody's
No, we're not paying for these.
going to her
Yeah,
movies.
no,
She's
sis.
persona non grata. I mean,
She is so.
people are
you're
avoiding her like
done.
herpes.
You are done because of Diddy. You are screwed.
Man.
You are so screwed. There's so many allegations that she was the one that did Justin. There's so many. There are.
Come on, stop.
Whether I mean,
No way.
and it
Are they?
doesn't.
Do they really say?
And at
People
this,
are saying that.
yeah. And at this
Who's saying
point, it's rumor mills. That chick, Jaguar.
Oh, I know. She's Jaguar,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and everybody running around that circuit.
Really?
I watched way too many interviews with people talking about that,
And that's interesting.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna have to look into some of this.
and whether it's true or not,
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, so maybe
you
that
got to
is
be
it.
careful the company you keep, sis.
No, that's true.
But I mean, did she have a choice? I don't know. There's so many blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But anyways, doesn't
All right.
matter.
Back
She's
to where we
screwed.
were. Razzie supporting actor Kevin Hart for Borderlands, Shia LaBeouf in Drag for Megalopolis, Tahir Rahim for Madam Web, and John Voight for 3 different movies.
He's a little overachiever.
Yeah, he is. Let's see.
That's Angelina's dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't get along. I understand. I think
I thought they started getting along. again.
maybe they did. I know he's like off the chart right, and she's off the chart left.
Left.
So they'd have to reach behind each other to even hold hands.
I keep forgetting about
Yeah,
that too.
they're pretty far out there. Let's see. Prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel. It says the worst of the worst. The Crow, which I
Ugh.
guess they remade that.
They did with Skarsgård.
Really?
Yeah.
Alexander Skarsgård.
Bill.
Oh, Bill. Okay, interesting.
It is Bill, right?
Yeah, Joker, Folie à Deux, Craven the Hunter, Mufasa the Lion King, and Rebel Moon 2, The Scargiver. Well, that sounds like a great
Yeah.
one.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those I don't know, and I'm not interested in. But yeah, that's why I guess I hadn't realized that that was maybe the root cause of the J-Lo thing.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just my opinion because it just is.
All right.
I don't know because I mean, nobody gives 2 shits if she's a diva. Of course, she's a diva. It's
Well, that's what
J-Lo.
I'm saying. I mean,
Like, who at that level of success? And I mean,
yeah.
even culturally, you're a
look,
diva.
even Mariah is. I mean,
Oh,
she's
bro, she went.
she's straight. She's a straight B. Everybody knows it.
She's
And,
a
and
see
even
you next Tuesday.
and even she's not
yeah,
shut down like that.
yeah,
No, Mariah.
No.
But Mariah never pretended to be anything but Mariah.
bro. Exactly.
And I think that's part of the problem too with J-Lo. I think she tried too hard to be Jenny instead of J-Lo.
Authenticity. People want authenticity these days, and they're gonna call you out on it. Sorry, not
Mike
sorry.
said, little doggy said, Netflix told me I was grandfathered in at 15 a month for life. That lasted 3 years.
I was gonna say they tell you that like 15, 20 years ago, like when they first got on, because I remember that,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Curtis said, good morning. What's up, Curtis? How you
Hey,
doing,
Curtis.
buddy? Let's see.
Ooh, Enemy Mine.
Kristen?
Yes.
Enemy Mine with Lou Gossett Jr.
That was a good movie.
That was a good
A
old
really
movie.
good movie.
That's Dennis Quaid too, right?
It is
That's
Dennis
what you're talking
Quaid,
about? Yeah, Dennis
yeah.
Quaid, Lou Gossett Jr. Yeah. He's probably a slept on actor, a forgotten actor of the
Agreed.
generation, because in the 80s, that dude was as big as anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in all kinds of movies, and he was a really, really good actor.
Hey,
Rich,
Kristen.
what's up, Rich? What's up? Oh, Wendy, where's she? In Joplin, Missouri today. All right. Let's see. What else is good? Oh, Crystal. Good morning,
Is there a
Crystal.
puppy out there?
Is there a what out there?
A puppy. I heard whistling at the front door.
It sounds more like a Kerry than a puppy to me, but I don't know. All right, let's move on. Let's do something else, shall
You
we?
know, I get distracted,
I
and
know
it sounded
you-
like a dog whistle. So I was like,
Yeah.
there must be a dog outside, and we should save it.
All right. All right. Let's take a look at this. This is kind of interesting too. Nobody obviously knows what the future holds, but I guess it's fun to consider it. This is a new survey from Ipsos, and it asked people specifically what they thought about the year coming up. So they polled 24,000 people from 33 countries. And again, specifically asked about the year ahead. So overall, people were optimistic. It says 71% believe that 2025 is going to be better than 2024.
Are they optimistic or are they hopeful?
I don't know. Is there a difference?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's real close to the same, but we could have that I love words, so I would have
do
that
too.
conversation. A lot of people are focusing on self-improvement this year. It says 69% on mental health and 69% on physical health this year. So people are trying to get healthy, I guess,
I
right?
mean, and I
What?
was thinking about the number 69.
Oh, stop it. The research broken down into responses from, hold on, it just still needs there.
Well, because all those things can help improve mental health and
yeah,
physical
they
well-being.
probably could. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Work smarter, not harder.
lie. That's true. The research broken down into response from each country's participants so we can see what Americans think is most likely to happen in 2025. Number one on the list, if you believe this, by the way,
Apocalypse.
if you believe this, more extreme weather events. Have we had any extreme weather events yet?
So apocalypse.
Yeah. But tell me when we have the extreme weather. I'll wait.
What is their what is their definition of extreme?
I don't know. I'm not sure. A hurricane that covers the entire United States at the
I would
same time.
consider,
That would be extreme.
I would consider that extreme.
A tornado that goes from one coast to the other and never stops. That'd be extreme.
Yeah. Speaking of tornadoes,
Yeah.
yesterday, happy survival of the 99 tornado anniversary day.
Is it?
That was yesterday.
Was it really?
Mhm.
Wow. We were just talking about
I
that.
know.
Wow.
I know.
Man. Yeah. Man, yeah, absolutely. If your home, your business, whatever was in the path and got hit by that, congratulations. You're damn right.
Congratulations on
Yeah.
making it.
Right, no doubt. 59% think inflation will be higher. I think it's going to go down. 58% think their personal data will be leaked on the internet. Already there.
already happening.
Yeah, it's there. It's been leaked 200 times. It's going to be leaked 200 more times.
Do you have a Kroger card?
Will that do it? A Kroger card? Probably.
At this point, I feel
they
like
probably don't keep those super safe.
no,
do they?
that's your gateway.
Yeah, the
that was your
Kroger card
gateway
is the
to
gateway.
getting your shit
That was the
leaked.
door that
You're
opened for all
done.
your privacy.
You're
Was
done.
the Kroger
It was the
card.
Kroger card. That's
God
it.
damn it. It's the damn Kroger card.
Y'all wanted that
cheap
5
gas.
cents. Yeah, that 5 cents off on gas.
That's right. Unemployment will be higher, according to 63%. I don't think so. 43% say women will get paid the same as men.
Oh man.
39%.
Can I get what y'all are smoking?
39% say there'll be a new global pandemic caused by a new virus. Yeah, they got lots of new viruses going around right now. Have you noticed that? All the viruses you're hearing
So
about?
many.
Yeah.
So many.
You got the bird flu.
Yeah.
You got,
It's
man.
just new iterations of shit we've had for
Yeah, you're probably right.
decades. Maybe. I don't know.
30% think 4-day work weeks will be the new norm.
Man, that would be
Not
awesome,
yet.
but it's not going to happen.
Not this year, but
No.
maybe over the next decade. Maybe. The
Yeah.
28% think the population will go down. Mm.
Yeah. I
It
do
is.
too.
It is. I mean, right now it is going down. Now, I think actually we just recently had somewhat of an increase, but for quite a while the population rate was dropping. People are having less kids.
Yeah.
So
That's a trend. That's been trending.
they say that's a problem. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's not.
I thought that wasn't a problem. I thought the problem
No.
was we had too many people.
Exactly.
I mean, if they're volunteering not to, fine. I mean, less is more. You know what I'm saying? Less is more. People will become more tolerant, 26% think. The war in Ukraine will end, 26% think. Yeah, I think that's going to end pretty quickly. Conflicts in the Middle East will end, 19%. Well, 19% are either very optimistic or don't watch history. The conflicts in the Middle East have never ended and probably never will end, to be honest with you. But, good to have optimism. What are your hopes for the coming year? What do you think the next year is going to be about? You think
Hmm.
things that economically will start to get better?
No,
No,
no, I
I
don't.
think that if I had to predict, I'd say by late summer, mid to late summer, gas will be maybe $2 a gallon. I think that groceries will come down maybe 3 or 4%. Um, but I am I am concerned about a couple other bubbles that are out there right now. I think there might be a home value bubble that's out there that may have to adjust. Not as
Mm.
much here as in a lot of places,
Mm-hmm.
but everywhere. I think that's going to be an issue. Um, and then I think that there are a couple other things where prices are going to come down. But
I definitely don't think gas will come down to $2, especially
no,
summer. Like,
I think
I
so.
feel like it goes up
It,
at that time of year because there's the expectation of travel.
it does, and it certainly will at the first of summer. That's why I said mid to late summer. I
Mm-hmm.
think it'll come down. But I think as it's 265. I think is what I paid yesterday. I think it's going to
Wow,
get
that'd be a significant
that would be
decrease.
a big drop.
Little doggy wants to know what's going on with the wheel of pain.
Oh yeah, failure on my part is really what's going on. I just you know what, I'll have it done for Monday.
He
It'll be
said,
ready on Monday. How about that? No excuses. Wheel of Pain starts Monday. I have been negligent on it. Just had a lot going on, so it's my fault, little doggy, and I appreciate you prompting me on that so that I can make sure to suffer for you, and we will do that for sure. Uh, what else are people saying over there?
well, Brandon says it is a problem. We need more kids to pay the taxes on Social Security for the boomers, and I would like some more clarification on
Mm.
that statement
Oh,
because
you
I
want
don't.
more
What do
Social
you?
Security money coming in? Yeah. Well, his point is salient, meaning that obviously you have people living longer
Mm-hmm.
than we ever have,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna with technology the
Oh,
way it
that
is.
okay. I understand what
So
we're saying
yeah, if
now.
the
Talking
young
about
people
the
aren't paying
less
in,
people.
then the old people that are living longer are going to get more Social Security, and it'll start drying up in theory. But
Well,
I
no, I just what we had been talking about because we had talked
yeah
about like 40-11 things. I was like, what are we
yeah
talking about?
you
Oh
know
yeah,
I
okay,
got you
about
now.
that. Why it's a problem that we're not
Yeah.
having as many children's
Uh, yeah.
humans
No, no.
peopleless.
I appreciate you trying to help, Mike. I really do. The Wheel of Pain. First of all, we had to have some certain things in place. And now we do.
Mm-hmm.
Second, I have to physically cut out my or triangles that go on there, and that's really where the neglect has been. There's nothing else I have to do other than that. I'm just sometimes real lazy. I'm not
I get it.
lazy, but not. You know what I'm saying?
I got a bunch of poster board in the car.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have colors?
No, it's white.
No, white's
Basic.
out of style.
I know it's basic.
Yeah, nobody wants white anymore.
Nobody.
That's that's no bueno, no bueno. All right, let's talk about this then. This is just something that you might need to know about. A lot of people like leftovers. I do because I'm a broke dick.
Depends on the leftovers.
But it's apparently, according to this, these are some things that you should never microwave. I did not know about this, but
Uh-oh.
this is the deal. Hard-boiled eggs. It says they're a good snack, but they say eating them cold rather than using a microwave is better. It says never microwave a hard-boiled egg. Doing so causes steam and pressure to build in the egg white and can lead to an eruption when the egg is cut into. So apparently
Oh,
it gets too hot.
well,
What?
I thought they were saying you shouldn't do it because it like changed some sort of molecular something or other and could make you sick or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
because they say you shouldn't eat leftover pasta like at a certain point
Oh, okay.
it
Really?
can be yeah at a certain point it can be toxic to you.
Hmm.
I've yet to have that problem but
Yeah.
yeah F you like I can I'm gonna
Okay.
cut into it and it's gonna explode.
All right. How about this? Vitamin C rich foods like think broccoli, but it says when exposed to heat, vitamin C is degraded and destroyed. So if microwave your broccoli, I guess.
Okay, so
So
the heat I expose it to on the
this is
stovetop.
I need to just go ahead and shit on this list because it's terrible.
It doesn't. It's
It's
not
terrible.
making sense
It's
to
no.
me.
This is just a junk list. I don't know. I fell for it.
No, I'm here.
My bad.
Yeah, I mean, just
No, I fell for it because the
seriously,
next thing was chicken. I'm like, man,
chicken.
listen.
y'all.
You know how many nuggies I've microwaved? Stop that crap.
Seriously,
There's almost nothing that
steak. There's
can't be microwaved. What do you
So-
what
so
do
I
you
sh-
what
so
do
I
you
shouldn't
not
do-
microwave?
Yeah, so I shouldn't. Well, metal is like the
Well,
only thing.
obviously you don't meddle. Yeah, I know. But I mean,
But other
what
than
foods
that,
would you not microwave?
I-
What would you? I try not to
Raw
microwave
chicken?
bread
okay,
because it gets chewy as hell.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I wouldn't
Well,
do
no,
bread.
I would never
Pizza.
microwave raw chicken. Never gonna try to cook meat through.
I mean, that's really the only thing I would never do.
Yeah,
I mean,
just put your
but
hamburger patty in there and hit the microwave for about 8 minutes.
just make sure you've got some foil down real tight.
Yeah,
on it
right.
before you
Yeah, to
put it
catch the
in.
grease. Yeah, that's for sure. Put the foil down to catch the grease.
My grandmother taught me how to microwave stuff, and
Your
know,
grandma?
yeah, but not like cook it, but like she, would wet a paper towel and put it on top of the thing,
I
so
do
the
that.
steam. When I
Or
first,
or like if I reheat pizza, I'll put the water on the lowest set and just kind of drizzle a little water over the pizza and then put it in because it makes the crust not chewy.
I put it in a pan and put it on the stovetop.
Well, that works as well. And I also have an air fryer now, which is
Yes.
air fryers are
Yeah.
they're pretty great.
Yeah. Give me an air fryer.
Yeah, I know. I never knew it could be that good, that
Same.
easy.
Same.
Yeah, I do like it a lot better than
I
a
love
microwave.
my air fryer. I
Yeah,
love my air fryer.
It will crisp it up right.
It's a ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they go on sale occasionally.
Yeah.
They do. This is that one that'll like lift up. My mom got one. I was like, damn, mama, what's up?
Mm.
Can I get a ninja?
Can I get a ninja? Ninja, please.
Ninja please. Oh, speaking of ninja, did you see they're gonna close the Kohl's?
Which one?
The one in Little
In
Rock.
Benton?
I don't
Oh.
know about Benton, but they're definitely closing the one in Little Rock. There was something,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
because Kohl's is not doing well.
I'm not
That makes
shocked
me
by that.
sad. I love
Does it?
Kohl's.
The more you Kohl's, the more you know, whatever it is. Yeah, you know why I don't go to Kohl's? Because I don't like when I check out and they go, "You saved 230." No, I didn't. If I
No, I
stayed
didn't.
home, I'd have saved $200.
No, I didn't. And here's some Kohl's cast that you can use
Yeah,
next time, but you
next
got to use
time.
it in like 10 days. It's like, bitch, I got what I needed.
Yeah, no, it was that
27
pyramid scheme.
stores. Yeah, 27 stores, including us or the Little Rock.
Little Rock. I wonder Benton probably does pretty good still. I bet.
I bet.
Yeah, it probably
Yeah, it
does.
made me
What about
sad.
where Belk? Is that the place now?
I don't
to go?
know. We went to Belk a few years ago, and
Oh,
It
so
was-
wasn't you
no, I didn't like it. I was
No?
like, oh my. You remember when Sears was on University and how it was kind of set up and your
Yeah.
clothes and everything? That's kind of the vibe I got.
Oh, is it?
And for it to be promoted as an upscale shopping center or store, whatever,
Yeah.
no, it gave me the Sears vibe.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the wild customer service. I mean, wild.
I-
You
you know,
got they were
It's such a challenge to operate a brick and mortar store now.
agreed.
I went to Academy Sports yesterday, and when I pulled into the
Oh.
parking lot, I was like, "Man, they can't have long.
Mm-mm,
There's no way they can have that long."
mm-mm.
You know, because I look at it and I'm like, "Man, there's nobody here." You know,
Mm-mm.
and the employees that are there,
Mm.
they're just getting by.
Did you go to the Little Rock one?
Benton.
Benton. Okay, well, I
And
haven't
was
been out to that
surprised
one.
it was. I mean, there was like nobody, and there was like 3 people in the store. I think.
The one in Little Rock is in that shopping complex where you've got, Dollar Tree, you've got Office Depot, you've got Michael's, Planet
Oh
Fitness,
yeah.
and all that. But I mean, that to me is one of that's like a borderland. Like that's a little wasteland over there. West Little Rock is terrifying. You've got like literal Walking Dead around there, and that shopping complex and
You with Michael's and
parking
everything?
lot. Yes, it's horrific.
Really?
It is bad. There's always, I don't mind homeless people at all, but like you've got the leaning over like on the
You mean like the fentanyl people?
like literal, yeah.
No.
Oh,
not there.
Yes.
Over by Michael's?
Yes.
What are you talking
Bro,
about? Are you serious right now?
oh my God, go to West Little Rock.
Well, I mean, I go there all the time, but I hadn't seen that over
Mm,
there.
From Shackleford to McDonald's. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm with you.
from
I'm with you.
Shotgun
Shack.
Dan's
Yeah.
area
Yeah, I know what
to
you're talking about.
McDonald's
Yeah.
is one of the most terrifying spaces.
Really?
Just in observation, you probably don't see it because you're probably driving and not really, paying attention.
Stopping
Yeah,
into the
but
stores and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean,
I didn't know that.
I've seen worse shit in West Little Rock than I have
Downtown?
downtown.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. I didn't, man, I have not heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I've not heard that at all.
Especially the parking lot, like where, like because you got an El Chico or Mexico Chiquito drive-through thing over there, right?
Yeah.
And I guess
Mexico.
Fazoli's now or something, but there used to be like a Pizza Hut or something.
Yes,
I
there
don't
was
know.
a Pizza Hut
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
but there was a cat who had just set up shop. I mean, had like was at their dumpster, had his stuff out and everything,
Oh, he's
and
just set up.
yeah, and then like rolling in the grass, kind of
Man,
level of effed up
I
at
did
the
have
bus
one that
stop.
was crazy the other day. I was not far. Matter of fact, I was right by the deaf school. You know where the deaf school is?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's Markham, right? Yeah.
It is.
So I was getting ready to pull out, and right in the middle of Markham was a bicycle
Just
on the kickstand.
Yeah.
We're just sitting there right there. And so I'm just looking at it. As I'm sitting at the little stop sign waiting to turn, and I'm just looking at this bicycle going, what is going on? Why is there a bicycle there? And then just out of the blue, some dude comes up from off the side of the road, gets on the bicycle, and just starts going.
yeah. It
I'm
might
like,
have
"You
been
just-
his. It might have not.
Like you
Who
just left it
knows?
right there in the
Yeah.
middle of the street. Bro, I mean, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's your bicycle doing there? You couldn't take it with you to the side of the road?
The questions.
Yeah.
The questions I have.
Mm,
Yeah. There's
yeah.
a chick that would stand out when you're going from Financial Parkway to Chenal, where it's making that change.
Yeah.
And you've got the trees in between. You got the
Yeah.
Parkway Village or whatever.
Yeah.
There was a chick who almost every single day I would see her out there in kind of the middle of the road or whatever, like posing like a statue.
Really?
Yeah, just like gross.
Why?
I don't
Just
know.
Did you ever? You never
I
asked?
don't know. I'm driving. I've got somewhere to
down
be.
and be like, "Hey,
I mean,
What's up with the
up?
statue? Yeah.
It's not like I could stop because I've got cars behind me, got cars but there's the flow of traffic. We're all trying to keep,
Yeah.
and we're all going about 50,
Like,
55 miles an hour. I was
you're
like,
probably
"Sis,
gonna
what are you
die.
doing?
You're gonna die out here, statue.
What? Is nobody's grandchild calling about this random wild looking person?
This feral human?
Yeah, this feral human in front of, Chenal Village or whatever the,
Yeah.
old people places out there. Like, who's,
Maybe she just escaped.
oh my God.
The rec center or something. She got out the
possible.
door, wasn't secured as it was
It's
supposed to be. And
possible.
she may think she's a statue. Actually, that's man. I'm gonna have to
might.
keep my eye out over there.
It's a good time.
I really didn't know it was like that. That's a trip,
Yeah,
man.
take maybe go over there and get some Mickey D's and just sit in the parking lot and just
And
kind of
just kinda
watch.
watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hadn't experienced it, but I will do that. Hey, let me mention this real quick. If you don't travel on a bicycle and you drive a car, and maybe the one you got not so good. Maybe you got problems. Maybe your heat's out. That's bad. And listen, it's time to upgrade. And even if you had difficult credit, Fitz Auto can help you. And look, they've got late model, low mileage vehicles. Go to fitzauto.com. Just look at their inventory right there online. They tell you the prices. They've got pictures inside and out of every vehicle. You can even get pre-approved online, and it won't even hit your credit. So you can make sure that you can be approved.
That's
And-
awesome that it doesn't hit your credit.
No, and they're their own bank. So they make the decision. They don't have to call anybody. There's no big corporate office somewhere. That's it. That is the office right there. That's the one and only. And that's why they've been here doing it for almost 40 years, is because they take care of local people and they help you out. So go see them. Good family business, fitzauto.com, or go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, and check that out.
I can't believe they've been around that long.
I know it's wild. It really is when you think about it. This is an interesting story because you just don't think about animals being addicts. We're talking about drug addicts, but you don't think about the animals being a drug addict, right?
No,
Or alcoholic
because I don't
or
see
whatever.
how they.
Sure.
One, I don't know what trauma you have to, kick start that and where you're going to get your stuff.
Well,
But okay.
police in Houston have discovered that some rat is taking evidence out of the storage lockers at the Houston PD, and that's not slang. Mayor John Whitmire revealed at a news conference that drugs being stored in evidence lockers are attracting rats who are eating them and damaging some of the other evidence in the process.
Okay.
He said, look, we got 400,000 pounds of marijuana in storage that the rats are the only ones enjoying. It's not all the fresh drugs. It's not all fresh drugs that are being eaten either. The city is starting an initiative to organize evidence in storage since some of it dates back to 2015. And apparently weed must taste better the older it gets.
I guess.
To the rat.
Oh, that's age.
Yeah. The rats are coming to eat the drugs. That's great, man.
You're just letting me know that your evidence area isn't secure, because how are they getting in
No, I mean,
anyways?
you would think
You'd
that.
think it'd be something like this,
Yeah. I
where
mean,
we're at in the Legion Scaffolding broadcast
yeah,
studio
you
with
would
the
think-
cinder block.
you would think it would be super secure.
Super secure.
It's evidence, right?
It
I
is,
mean,
yeah.
and why do you need to hold the actual drugs as evidence? Can't you take pictures of it, weigh it, video it, and then
Yeah, I thought y'all were
why do you
destroying
need to
this
keep it?
stuff.
What are you keeping it? You know what they keep it for? To run stings on other people.
Exactly.
To run some entrapment.
Entrapment.
Yeah, that's what they do, right? I mean, why else would you keep the drugs on
Why
there?
else would you keep the drugs?
I guess you could fingerprint.
they're
the
bad,
bags, but
right?
You could fingerprint it first, the bags or the bales or whatever you need to do. You could do that too.
That's not rocket surgery.
Yeah, this.
Ain't mathin'.
I don't know. I'm suspect here. Is it a
Yeah.
rat?
Yeah, is it a rat?
the rats.
Mhm.
Maybe
That's just the story.
some of the guys are just peeling off a little here and there, and covering a little side desk, a little side hustle right there.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get another report in a few years.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe it ain't the rats.
Yeah, I don't think it's the rats.
And if it is, update your
Fix your
facility.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
update your
What,
facility.
what the hell?
Because I'm thinking to myself now, if any of those are my case, and you got
That's the
rats
first thing
in
I
the
thought
evidence,
of. Exactly.
and they're obtaining the evidence,
Yeah.
well, what's to say that mine's even mine anymore? I don't
Yeah,
know what they've moved or I mean, do you?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that you can prosecute me. I'm not even sure that evidence is my evidence
Yeah.
now.
I feel like that's grounds for a mistrial or a new
It's
trial
grounds
or
Potential dismissal.
yeah,
If you can't prove that-
tampering with evidence.
If you can't prove that it was the rats that tampered with the
Yeah.
evidence,
I don't
how
know.
do I know you didn't?
Exactly.
Plausible deniability.
Boom.
I'm sorry.
Boom.
Reasonable doubt.
Reasonable doubt.
You're
That's
done.
what I was thinking.
You're
yeah.
done. You're
Y'all
done.
are screwed.
Have you seen? Do you TikTok much? Oh, no, you don't. Okay. My wife's a big TikTok person, but there's a girl. Her first name's Balin, but she has Tourette's, the very extreme version of
I
Tourette's.
love
where
her
you
already.
Blurt stuff out.
Yeah.
But she's been popular on TikTok for a while. But now she has a reality show, and it's it's a little bubblegummy, but it's only because it deals with a girl who's 21, 22 years old. But it's fascinating what they have to endure. And because they were showing her getting on a plane.
Mm.
Well, she was in the airport in line. And so, she blurts things out. I mean, it's what she does.
Right.
And it could be anything. And, you're standing in line and she saw the little thing. It's got a circle with a line through it of a gun. And then she started, I have a gun. I have a gun. I have a gun, and you're like, oh no.
No.
Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad,
Oh my God.
and then she blurts out a lot of curse words, really bad,
really foul.
really bad stuff at times. Yeah, things that grandma would be really upset by, and so I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm thinking, man, is it irresponsible to go to a restaurant if you have that condition, knowing that it could be disruptive to everyone else, or uh, should people be more understanding, even though you're blurting out dick cheese or whatever it may be, real loud, obnoxiously.
Man, is it any more worse than kids?
Well, most of them don't yell curse words.
I don't know.
I don't know.
In this day and age,
2025,
it's
they might.
2025. Half of them are out there smacking their mamas and dads, and I don't know.
I was saying that there's almost no way that I would, if I knew that was
It
my
hurts
condition.
my heart. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I don't think I could get on a plane. I think
I
I'd have to
wouldn't.
drive.
Yeah, no, I would completely adjust my life so that I didn't disturb
Now,
other
here's what
people,
I
and
do.
that makes me sad.
All right, so here's what I kept thinking last night to myself, because Laura was like, "Well, what if that was your kid?" And I said, "If I swear to God, if that was my kid, if they don't have something, I would invent something that kind of has
Like a muzzle?
not a muzzle, but it has almost like a not CPAP, but kind of a little thing there, and it would filter the noise down. So you could still blurt anything you wanted,
Yeah,
but whatever it goes into, it would kind of mute it down."
you should do that.
And because I said that, that way, because you can't not say it or it makes your tics worse.
Yeah,
Whatever it is that has to come out.
yeah,
I mean, it has to
it
come
has
out.
to come out.
And it's worse if they try to hold it in. So you
Right.
can't muzzle them.
No.
Probably have a stroke if you did. But I would think that you could, like a trumpet can be muted. Why can't you just somewhat mute it where it's not nearly as overwhelming to people?
No, I'm with you.
And
Yeah.
that's what I thought anyway. But it is still fascinating, just because her mom's standing with her in the airport line, and she just stands there. And she said, I just have to stand there and act like it's not even happening, really."
Yeah,
And I was like, yeah, that must be wild.
wild,
Mm-hmm.
wild.
Yeah, as Laura said, and I think it's a good idea that she would have cards that she handed out to people
Yeah.
around that said, "Hey, I have this condition.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with it, please know."
Yep.
That way that it would at least ease people's minds, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't think, "Oh, hey, this person's going to blow stuff up or something."
Yeah, and you could make your own shirts.
But you could do
Like
that.
I have Tourette's. I'm
Yeah.
not responsible for what comes
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
It's like a renegade parrot, really, is what it's like. It's like a renegade parrot on your shoulder, just blurting
Just
out the most
doing it.
absurd or obscene things at the worst possible time, because the more stress she gets,
Exactly.
the
The
more-
worse it gets.
yeah, the worse it
it gets.
because on the show you can watch, she might talk for 2, 3, 4 minutes and it'd be
And nothing
just fine.
happened. Yeah.
But as soon as that stressor hits, boom,
Yeah.
and
Dick cheese.
yeah, and
Bullshit.
and she had, there, hold on, we'll hit that. She has apparently a combination that is kind of rare, which is Tourette's and OCD.
Ooh.
So as a result,
Bless
everything
her
she
heart.
does has
She
to be
did
done in threes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Damn it.
yeah,
Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
yeah. So it's a double. It's not just you're going to blurt it out.
Yeah,
You're now
gotta
going to
do
blurt it
three
out 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
Oh.
going to make sure people hear it.
Now that you mention that, I do recall seeing a few videos on probably Facebook, Facebook Reels or
Mhm.
something, and it's a barber that has Tourette's.
Really, I
And
think I may have seen.
You may
them.
have, and they bring almost all of his clients are kids or people that have Tourette's, and
Yeah.
it's kind of
Kind of a safe space for them.
safe space for those kids, but seeing them interact
What's
when he's cutting their hair.
What's odd about that to me is how he controls the scissors with Tourette's. I hope he has clippers, right? Not scissors. Surely it's clippers.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I don't know, but
Yeah.
I guess everybody's case is a little different. How it works, or maybe
Yeah.
you know your own body well enough to know. But I'd be afraid I'd stab someone in the head.
Seriously.
Be like,
Well, or
"Ah!"
or they
Yeah, or tick
twitch
right into
or,
my scissors.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be bad. Take an eyebrow off. That'd be the low end problem. Taking an eyebrow off.
Yeah.
I did that once when I was in junior high.
On
Accidentally.
purpose?
No, it was
Oh.
an accident. And I completely butchered it, and I had basically no eyebrows for like 6 months. I looked like I had leukemia.
One of the creepiest things is people without eyebrows. I'm sorry, there's just something in that
No, that's super
Mia
weird.
chick or whatever in shit.
I know the one you're
You know who I'm
talking
talking about in
about.
the Triple X
X,
and
X or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
and all
she's like
that.
a horror actress.
Yeah, but
But
she's got those
she was,
really light
wasn't she with
eyebrows.
Shia LaBeouf, or maybe she still
Probably, who
is.
knows? But like those light ass eyebrows
Yes, I
is
think that
fucking
is his girl.
creepy.
They,
It's creepy.
it is weird, isn't
It's
it?
creepy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know it.
her is just creepy. Ugh.
All right.
I mean, she's hot, but it's just creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So listen, I did this interview, and man, I think you're really, really, really gonna like it. These guys, their name's Silent Season, and they actually have been around since about 2011, 2012, but they've been getting a lot of traction and a lot of play on radio and online, and so it's a really, really good interview. I think that you guys are really gonna like it. So let's get this going here.
FNX. What
Yeah,
was that other one? BOS 92.9.
I don't
For
remember
some
it, but I
reason.
just know they went by at that time. I think K Rock or something along those
Okay.
lines, and
Okay.
it was just a station that I was on in Boston. I wish I remembered the exact call sign. I don't,
Sure.
but
But you
anyway,
have it right, Patrick. I mean, Break Me Down came out on our full length Breaking Me Down in 2012. And we still play that song in our set today. Everyone loves it. So
yeah, no, that's and that's what stuck out to my head. But then I started looking at the catalog and what you guys have done since, and man, talk about that journey a little bit about how it's progressed since then and what you're doing now.
That was a long journey. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff. I mean, we've toured, we've done radio campaigns with, several different songs, and we've gone all over the place. Did one-offs in different places, and just tried to spread the word about Silent Season, and now we're back at it, trying to do it with a new single, and hoping that this time around we can really turn some heads and do this thing.
Well, I mean, that melodic metal sound is so full and so rich, and I know that you're really excited about this new song. It's a little more aggressive, a little harder maybe than before. Talk to me a little bit about how that song came together.
It came along at a time where like I was kind of like my whole world was imploding, and I was just like thinking like how can I write a song about like everything just basically going up in flames. And that was pretty much the inspiration for a lot of it. It was just kind of a lot of me like writing lyrics to songs, and us writing whatever. It like comes from life experiences, and trying to, it's almost like a therapeutic way of getting over it, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. A cathartic
um
release, if you will.
exactly.
Yeah. So when you guys do, put a song together, is it something where, you jam yourselves into a room somewhere and you go, we're not leaving till a song is done? Or do somebody come in with something and you just kind of each begin to layer? How does that work?
I feel like for this particular song, it was more of a layer kind of thing. We changed our approach a little bit of how we did songwriting in the past, but there are songs where we come together and we all write as a group, and then there's also like songs where like someone will bring something to the table and be like, hey, like check this out, and then we'll kind of like layer upon it.
No, that's great. Now, coming up, let's say, when you were super young kids, whenever you first discovered music, did all of you just first find rock, or were there other genres that before you became rock that you were into it when you were young? How did you get into music?
Go around the table. Dave, you first.
Yeah, sure. Great question. I started right out of the gate with some rock music. I come from a musical family. My father was in a band back in the '70s, playing around the times with the Cars and Aerosmith,
Yeah.
and my cousin was heavily in bands too, and that all sort of got me influenced to start listening to rock bands. And I think my first something on. I'm trying to think anything on tape. I'm not trying to go too far back, but I had the double wide Smashing Pumpkins CD that was given to me during a holiday, and then also the President of America. What's that song?
President of the United States of America.
Yeah, the Peach song.
Yeah,
that
I know
was
the one you're talking about.
that was
Jane.
another CD. So those were
Yeah,
kind of like my gateways during around the grunge era in the '90s and the whole Nirvana movement and everything. And then from there, everything got progressively into that harder sound. And the sky was the limit from there. Like I loved everything after that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love all genres. I can listen to jazz, I can listen to pop.
sure.
That influenced me, but that kind of style of rock really got me interested into this whole thing.
Okay. How about yourself, man?
For me, it was a weird weird transition into music. My mom, who I grew up with solely as a single parent, she played a lot of Motown stuff and a lot of like R&B, and so I started to do boys chorus from there. And then growing up, like in my teens, I started to listen to a lot of like punk rock kind of stuff. And then I feel like the more I aged or whatever, the heavier the music got, and so then I just kind of started to listening to like hard rock stuff and metal, and like Seven Dust kind of stuff,
Sure.
whatever. And yeah, and then that pretty much stuck, I think.
Interesting though that there was some R&B, informed some of your singing style before you really stepped into the rock world, and kind of gave you a little more range there.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like having an eclectic taste of music or an eclectic, background of music definitely, it definitely shapes you in a way,
Hmm.
and definitely helps you in some ways too, I feel like.
Yeah, it's always fascinating to me. I've probably interviewed some of the greatest metal bands in the world, and you ask every one of them, and they'll take you and say, "What are you listening to right now?" And you'll be shocked. Most people are shocked to find out that metalheads don't just listen to metal. They listen to all kinds of stuff, and it's really fascinating how much that rock has become textured by so many different things now, including, metal. You look back at Saliva and all of these different bands that came in around that grunge era and right before that you're talking about. And man, it just really revolutionized and opened up the door for rock to incorporate so many different sounds that are more interesting and better than ever, don't you think?
Absolutely.
And Patrick, I feel like we're seeing this revolution again with well, I don't want to mention the band yet. We haven't announced it yet. We're going to be playing with a band that's on Octane, but there's a lot going on with some bands that are infusing this hard sound along with the country as
Yes.
background and bringing it to the center, and it's really cool. It's a really cool way of approaching rock in a different format again, and kind of going about like a new style
Man,
in a
let me.
sense.
I just had in the studio a couple weeks ago a band that is exactly what you're talking about. And if
Mm.
you haven't checked them out, Google them. John Bailey and the Heathen Revival is the name of the
I,
band.
I've heard this band, yes.
Man, they're exactly what you're talking about. They are a metal influenced country band. I guess you'd call it country, but it's rock with a little country and kind of all metal all together. And
Yeah.
you're right, that is the real hot fusion that's happening right now. We talk about it a lot. How that at one point, when I was host of the morning show here on the Edge, and we were the number one rock station, number one show, and when we were billboarding, the most mainstream act we had was like Avenged Sevenfold,
Yeah.
and that's super hard, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it got so aggressive that it began to impact mainstream rock, and so now finally we've kind of circled back around where we're beginning to incorporate all these other sounds and infusions and textures into music, and I think it's way more interesting, you know?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's definitely a lot of incorporations of music these days. A lot of also like rap and like I don't know, like trap kind of things going
Absolutely.
on as well.
There absolutely is. You're seeing a lot of that out there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's fantastic because, hip hop probably has some of the most unique sounds and usage of sounds incorporated into music of anybody. And when you kind of layer that in, with the metal and with the vocals and all that, it's a fascinating combination. I like all genres of music, and I like Migos, but just because they make me laugh. They make me laugh with their ad libs. Anybody who can yell "Mama," I mean that's funny to me. I don't know why. It just is, and I get down to that. I wish my grandma could see me. I mean, who says that shit? I don't know. Migos do.
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, I just I love to see that bands like yourself who have been had such a storied career are still evolving their sound and still growing with the sounds of today because it's so critical to the genre staying relevant is to expand the way that you guys are expanding your horizons. Are you
Thank you.
seeing? I see that you're getting some pretty good traction on this single. I mean, how are things going with you on that?
Um, it's going great. It's really exciting. The single has been doing really well for us. With the support of our distribution company at Earth Program. Shout out to those guys, and then the different teams that we're working with. You might have heard recently we were on Sirius XM Octane
Yes.
75. We got some feature there, which was excellent, and it was also on Music Choice Rock Channel, which is picked up by Xfinity Network. So I mean, we couldn't be any more thankful. It's so exciting to have this happen. As you had mentioned earlier, Patrick, just how far we've come as a band and how much work we put into this day in day out, and staying together. I mean, we've been a band now for about a little over 17 years this year,
Hmm.
so we've been grinding.
Well,
We've
and
been
and it's
grinding.
all glory and fun and living the high
Yeah,
life like Motley Crue, right? I mean, that's what y'all been doing this whole time, right?
party,
Yeah,
yeah, right.
crashing out Lambos and partying on cruise ships. That's y'all's life, isn't it? It's the life of you guys over there at Silent Season, I'm sure, right?
We've got all our mansions and our cars
That's
lined up.
right. That's right. No, it is a grind. A lot of people don't understand. When I was coming up in stand up comedy, I had the good fortune of working with a lot of up and coming bands, and and working with those guys, you come to find out that stand up comedy and being in a band's a lot alike. It's a lot of lonely nights in a hotel room, a lot of getting your stuff and moving to the next place, and just hoping that they might like you, download something, listen to something, and you just keep doing it over and over and over. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, being on stage is amazing. It's just, the 23 other hours you got to live life and deal with everything else.
Our own business, music, everything. You gotta be your own best. Whatever to push yourself out there, promotion wise, the business, the music. You got to do it all as an independent artist.
Being a band for 16 years and, looking at everything that's changed with the internet and the business and the models and everything that's going on, how have you managed to stay a cohesive unit and keep being inspired to push yourself to that next level?
I think being a musician is a drive in itself. I think that a lot of people probably have given up by the time they reached our point. But I feel like we've also like you said, we've learned to evolve. Like our stuff now is very much different from when we started, as far as like, tunes and stuff like that. And I feel like like you just have to. I feel like I personally listen to a lot of different bands, like as soon as they start to come out or whatever. Like I listen to the latest thing and I'm like, how can Silent Season fit into that pocket? And I feel like that's my drive. Is I love to like create and stuff like that. And I feel like we all do in a way. Like we all love to be creators and to try to still fill that gap and to try to we know we have something to offer. We know that, everything that we've done has led us to this point. So it would just be a shame to just give it up for nothing at this point. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, you put in all that work, you should get the spoils of it. So, you're talking about some of the maybe modern bands that you're always listening to new music. What's, a more recent band that's come out that you're like, man, man, that sound is awesome to me.
Oh man. For me, I think that
Architects.
Architects is they come out with great stuff. What I'm trying to, my mind is completely Memphis Mayfire.
Oh yeah.
I I love Memphis Mayfire. I love everything they've been doing as of like right now. Like that's the sound that I strive for. It's incredible.
I, I have
They're
a,
probably my favorite band right now.
they're really, really great. One of the guys from Memphis Mayfire is a friend of one of my rock and roll friends named Luke Shoemaker. And Luke is part of a band called Bandage Ruins. And he's been working with, is it, man, why am I drawing a blank? Is it Jason? Is that right, from Memphis Mayfire?
Sounds familiar.
I,
Yeah.
I think it's Jason, but he's been writing with him, and he just had a track that that hit over 1 million views on YouTube. So yeah, but I love the Memphis Mayfire sound. I love everything about the way they're doing things too. I think that is a great band over there for sure, man, for sure. Who else did
Yeah,
you say? The Architects?
Architects is another one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Architects.
Architects. What are they? I don't know them. What are they about?
Look, are they
There's
English?
very heavy. Yeah, they're from the UK.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're from UK. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. UK
Yeah,
band.
they're
Yeah.
very heavy.
I need to check them out. I hadn't heard of them yet, so I need to go check their tunes
They're,
out for sure.
they they were actually on some of the tour dates with Metallica too.
Really? Oh
And
wow. Okay, that's
all
awesome,
the
man.
all these guys know that I'm a big Metallica guy.
But you love Metallica? Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard not to like them. I remember I was a kid in the '80s, and when Metallica, we were all still listening to Def Leppard and the Crew and all that. I mean, it was all good, But when Metallica dropped, man, it was a different sound altogether, And man, we really, I mean, people went nuts for it, and of course they've continued to be one of the greatest of all time. But yeah, that man, Lightning, all those things, man, that shit was amazing in the day. I mean, we were
Oh yeah.
living history and didn't know it.
I'm gonna go with
Mhm.
for new bands. I'm going with Fame on Fire, Wage War,
Wage War's great.
Rain City Drive. Those are some bands I'm really been feeling. Just like it's kind of like that whole Octane,
Yeah, that
genre, right?
yeah.
That's where I get a lot of my new music outside of the internet is really Octane. I let them tell me what I should be listening to.
They seem to have their finger on the pulse of a lot of good ones. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. What do you got, Joe?
Well, I got say Architect. Been listening to some band called The Novelist. I think they're from France or something.
Okay.
Some girl singer, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's just about it, really.
What genre are they? Are they a heavy hard rock genre?
Man, you know what they sound like? It sounds like Lady Gaga going rock with a bunch of dudes playing like
Now that's
heavy
interesting.
stuff.
See, that's
Yeah, and then it
interesting
has
to
some
me.
kind of some dance stuff in there too. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, no, that's great. That kind of reminds me of Rob Zombie, how he infused some really good almost hip hop style beats into those songs in that era, and it was really a different vibe. So I love when you have that almost pop counter contrast to the metal vibe is a real interesting swing. I love that. So where are you going next? What's the next big thing to conquer for you guys?
I think we want to play, some more shows. We want to grab a tour maybe. We're working on new music right now. As this one is already, out, whatever. It's really all of the above. We're trying to just, just do it all. I mean, because you really have to, otherwise,
Well,
you're not doing enough.
right. Well, I'll tell you this. You might reach out to here in Little Rock, the Rev Room or Sticky Fingers. They're both owned by the same people. Chris and Suzanne King are their names, and they they book a lot of amazing shows here. We also have a venue called the Hall, which is a bigger venue if you wanted to do a much bigger crowd than that. But I know that this market, even though people often think of Arkansas as a bunch of toothless, shoeless hicks that run around going yuck and drinking moonshine or some shit like that, But Little Rock in the metropolitan area is pretty cool, and we have a real big contingent of metal fans here who would love to see you guys come here and perform. And if you do, get a ticket here, put together a show here, we'll certainly jump in and help promote any way we can, because we'd love to have you down here. Think it'd be great.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Patrick. That's a great idea. And let me tell you, we're no stranger to getting in the van and driving out to one show across the country and coming back. We did that for an Aberdeen, South Dakota show, so it's in us. We've done it before.
Well, I would certainly be, more than happy to help connect you to anybody here locally and help you put together a ticket that made sense to you, maybe get you a supporting band or something like that, whatever you might need, and help you find a venue or connect you to the venue here, because I think you'd have a real great showing here. And I think a lot of people would be sure excited to see you.
We would love that and appreciate that greatly.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Well, yeah. Hey, if you want to do something with that, then, let's just connect online as we have, and I can pass you some information whenever you're ready, and be glad to facilitate anything possible to help you guys out.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Man, thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Tell everybody before you go, what's the easiest way? Listen, I got to get me some of this Silent Season. Where the hell do I go get it at? Where do I need to look?
Well, we do have a main website, silentseasonmusic.com, with all our socials connected to it. But we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that, or X, and TikTok is back. We are
That's
on
right.
TikTok.
That's right. It's
after,
back
like,
again,
10 hours,
baby.
which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. People lost
Rock
their
on.
minds for about 8 hours,
We are-
lighting shit on
I-
fire, all kinds of stuff, man. It was crazy.
I even created a video and I posted it on there with all our links on it, saying, thanks for following us. We didn't quite go viral, but we gained new fans, and you can check out all our links.
Yeah.
And people checked it out. We actually did get a couple new followers, I
Well,
saw,
that's
which is
great.
cool. So,
That's great,
but
man.
yeah, we're all over the place. You can get our music on pretty much any digital service provider. We're on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, iTunes.
Yeah.
Our motto is go get the music, go do whatever you got to do to support the band. Check out our online store, and keep in touch. Follow us and message us. We'll reply. We talk to everyone. So
Well, let's see if we can move the sticks a little bit here in Arkansas, and maybe you'll see a little movement there on the site and go, hey, you know what? We picked up some new subscribers there. Maybe he wasn't lying. Maybe they can operate a computer and know that we're coming and actually show up, So we'll try to send you some
I'm
folks.
telling you, we'll rock it out. We'll bring it, and I'd love to be there. I haven't been to that area.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot cooler than people think it might be. So, we'll put one in the air, have a little bit of fun, make some music, be good times, man. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Drink some moonshine.
There, hey, we can nip on it if you want to now. We can make it happen, but you got to be careful. I've seen some people go wrong on that real fast, man. I've seen comedians take a few shots and can't do their set anymore. And this is Arkansas, man. They make it's pure here. It ain't the stuff you're going to buy in a store up there wherever you are shopping. It's different, man.
It's legit, right?
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Silent Season, and listen, go get their music, silentseasonmusic.com, or hell, Google them, bitches. They're out there. Go find them. Thank you guys so
Right
much.
on.
I appreciate y'all.
And Patrick,
yes, sir.
And Patrick, I was just gonna say, hopefully, we apologize. It took a little bit to get onto the show. We appreciate you having us on.
Yeah.
And we promise when we're talking about creating or booking a show, it will happen instantaneous. We'll make it happen and get out there. So.
Yeah, man, that sounds awesome, man. I'd love to work with you and help you do that. So thank you guys for taking time to talk to us, and we'll try to get you some new subscribers, baby.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right, y'all have a good one now.
Patrick, thank you, everyone.
Rock on, baby. And there you have it right there, man.
And there you have it.
Yeah, Silent Season, baby. Look them up, Google them, find them online. They're really good. If you like melodic metal, that's what
I
it's
do.
about. It's melodic metal, and they're really, really talented. So, man, check that band out. Let's see if maybe we can get them down here.
Yeah,
I
that'd
think
be awesome.
I think they would be a lot of fun to have. Lots of comments were coming in, weren't there?
Yeah, I love our little chat thing.
I know it's great, isn't it?
It is fantastic.
Yeah, we had lots of people were talking. By the way, Latasha said, what did she ask me? She said, did I miss the Joe Exotic interview this week? I feel like I hadn't heard from him in a month. She said that was in her dramatic teenager voice. Yeah, no, you haven't missed him. Matter of fact, I think
I think he's in trouble.
no,
Oh.
no, you know what? He's been
He's on lockdown.
well, look, here's what's really going on. He's been on some really big shows this past week.
Oh, nice.
With some people who literally can help move the sticks of getting him released. You know, so that he's been working on that. But he's supposed to call today.
Wonderful.
So hopefully we'll have that to air tomorrow for you. Talk to him, and so no, we haven't lost Joe.
No.
But we were off for a couple of weeks, and then he's been on a run on some shows with Alex Stein and Matt Gates and people
he has
like that.
limited time,
Yes.
available to him, and he has to use it wisely.
Yeah, no, he
and
does.
He's trying to get out, so
No,
trying to
and-
get his pardon.
And I would have definitely
Totally.
done the same thing that he's doing, which is talk to the people who might be close enough to get me a pardon. But clearly everybody's in the mood to do pardons right now. So he's like, shit, I got to strike while the iron's hot. Maybe they'll get me out. And
I need a pardon.
Darren said, good morning. What's up, Darren? Talked about our ride over at Evolve Auto earlier. Man, what a ride that was. Thank you for that, Darren. I really did appreciate that. Laura Hall said, so glad you started this podcast, Patrick. Your voice gets my day started. Thank you.
That's sweet.
That is kind. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Laura, so much for listening and being part of it. I really do appreciate that. Eugene said, good morning, PATP. What up, Eugene Belcourt? When are you going to be back up here, buddy? We need to see you again. Need to see your face up here. So
How's that truck?
Yeah, how's that truck going, man? Is it going good?
Every time I hear his name, I think of Eugene from Hackers, The Plague.
Oh, I think
What's
I only saw that once.
Fisher Stevens plays the Plague. And
Okay.
His name's Eugene
Eugene?
Belcourt or Belford or something like that. So every
Okay.
time I see his name pop up, I just think of that movie.
Okay. Andy said, what's up, guys? That's Tactical Turkey. Hey, Andy, when are we going to blow some stuff up? Let's set that date. I want to do that. I want to do that soon. I want to come
I
out
do
and
too.
let's shoot some stuff, shoot some tannerite. Let's blow some shit up and put it on a video and have a little fun doing it. So let me know. Reach out to me because I'm sure that that'd be fun to do. And then we can play it the next day on the show. And I'm sure people love to see stuff blow up. That's always fun to see.
We had 2 bots this morning, but Brandon, of course, being Brandon, the bot killer.
Yeah, he
But we
took
had
care of it.
we had 2 bots this morning. It's been a minute since we
What
had
were
bots.
What were they trying to do? Were they trying to put up some porn?
Well, no.
Oh.
We aren't that lucky. But one was like, "Hey, buddy, your stream's pretty cool. I love it. And I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
be a friend with
Oh, yeah.
sick ideas. It's sick ideas."
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yes, it's bad AI.
yeah. And then there's the other one that's really stupid.
Okay, well, sometimes the bots like to bring you the links to the porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the ones I get on my Instagram message requests.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you want to check out my
Yeah, right.
I'm like, nah, girl, I don't.
Well, speaking of that, unless you live in
Cats?
one of 19 states that require age verification,
Oh, porn.
that'd be us. We do require that.
You mean that little pop-up that pops up and you just got to click the button that says
I
you're
don't
over
know.
21?
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
It's easier than ever to access adult content, but watching it doesn't make you an expert. So what they've done here, what they've done here for
Observation
you.
doesn't just do it.
Well, we need to help you out. This show is all about primarily education.
Participant observation.
Education. And so maybe there's lots of terms that are used in the genres that you might not be familiar with. So they've provided us this helpful
Aw.
lexicon
Oh.
so that I can educate you on what
Edumacate.
some things mean.
Like
so,
a dirty Sanchez.
yeah, we could talk about that later. This one is spelled Ahegao, which is Japanese. It's, I believe you pronounce it Agao. But it's a quote where a woman experiencing extreme pleasure goes cross-eyed with her mouth open. It started in Japanese hentai, but has since migrated to Western content. I believe it's commonly referred to as an O-face.
An O face.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to
Really?
do it.
Or the little death.
Yeah,
Petite muerte.
amateur. Well, I mean, that name seems pretty obvious.
It does seem pretty
it
obvious.
does normally mean performers aren't paid, but that's not necessarily
I
true anymore.
thought it meant unexperienced.
Yeah, it could mean either, but neither are probably true.
Oh.
Neither are likely true.
Or just the handheld. It's not the motion controlled or the what is Steadicam. It's not Steadicam.
Oh, right.
It's the GoPro on
It's
the
a GoPro,
forehead.
yeah. That's great. Let's see. JOI, joy. It's where
Joy.
the camera is focused on a single person who's talking directly into the camera, theoretically to the viewer, giving them instructions on how they want him to wax the dolphin, cuff the carrot, whatever you want to say, bob the bishop, shake hands with the sheriff. You know what I mean?
So is it like an AI dominatrix or
Yeah,
a virtual
I think
dom?
so. Kind of like that, I guess
She's
so.
like, yeah.
A POG, PAWG.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Stands for fat ass white girl. PHAT, fat, by the way.
Oh.
Fat ass white girl, a POG. Yeah. Uh-huh. A spinner. That's for fishing. That's it's the bait that you use. You know what a spinner is. Everybody knows what a
It's like
spinner
a
is.
lazy
It's a small person that you can easily manipulate around.
Yeah. You can spin them.
You can spin them.
spin
Yeah.
'em.
You can spin them.
Sit and spin.
Let's see. What is this? Oh, stuck. This is something. This is a
It's like your
new.
dogs
It's a
do.
relatively new. No, it's a relatively new trend
Pegging.
in porn. No, it's not that. It's where that you're stuck, like a lady's going into the dryer to get something out, and she's stuck.
Oh.
And so
Someone
somebody,
comes up behind her?
yeah, you can be stuck under the bed. You can be stuck
Okay.
in lots of places.
I've had that dream.
Yeah, have you now?
I have.
Uh,
Hey, you got to get creative at a certain
You,
age.
you mentioned pegging.
I did mention pegging.
For those who don't know, pegging is that's when a lady uses a strap on and reverses on. It's the reverse.
Yeah.
She brings to you what you've been asking for her to do.
It's what you're supposed to
You
be doing on National Women's Day.
Is it? Is that how you celebrate
Isn't that
now?
on Deadpool? That's how Deadpool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how he
wow.
was celebrating with his
I didn't
lady
know
friend.
that. That is great.
I do remember that from the first Deadpool. Of course
That's
I
funny.
do, right?
Everybody knows what BBW is, right? Big beautiful woman.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't act like you don't know that.
I really didn't.
Yeah, big beautiful woman is what that stands for. Yeah. CBT. Oh no, I'm not saying that.
What is
Sorry.
that?
No,
No, come
no,
on, come on, come on,
no,
come on.
no.
Come
You
on.
Google it yourself. Let's see. Some of these I can't say.
You said CBT?
DP.
C.
It doesn't mean Dr. Pepper. I'll tell you that. It's double. Yeah, that. A foot job. Well, it's not a hand. It's feet, which is weird.
So when you put in CDT meaning,
No.
there's like a bunch of options.
Just don't. Just don't. Just don't.
What does it
For
mean?
God's sake, don't.
That's not it.
No, it's all bad.
It's not the Center for Democracy and Technology.
It is not that. All right, we'll do one more.
It's not conduct and discipline.
Maybe you've seen the term cuck.
I
A
have.
cuck.
Saw it Monday.
Did you? Where did you see it?
Trying to
No,
remember.
don't even tell me. But anyway, that's when you, in theory, you are forced to watch someone else have sex with your significant other. That's what it is. So, you got a guy sitting there and
But
he
they
has
get
to
off
watch.
on it.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly, in theory. And I guess, I don't know. It's not my bag.
Is it an abbreviation for sex work?
So I know that porn, a lot of it is, you said you can just click on I'm 21 or whatever, but I thought that like Pornhub and those are blocked here, are they not?
Oh, I have no idea. I've never been on them.
You're such a liar. Such a dirty liar. Yeah, that's just a lie. No, I know better than that. Yeah, I don't know if you can get on those. I think you have to have like some kind of porn passport or something
A
these
foreign
days.
passport?
Yeah, you have to like upload your driver's license.
Like
I'm
multiple forms
I'm
of
not uploading
identification.
any of my
Your birth
ID
certificate.
to
No, I'm not
any
uploading
porn
shit.
site ever.
No, you're nobody. No,
I know you'll. Hey, look, there's a lot of places
nobody's
I
getting
might
copies
get you
of
my
my
card
Mm-mm.
or my ID, but that ain't gonna be
That
it.
ain't it. I'm
Now,
not scanning and uploading a copy of my driver's license.
it just seems like a bad idea
It
to send
does.
it there.
Yeah,
Of all places.
anywhere.
You can tell me they have the best
Security.
tech security.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they got the best
Yeah.
cyber protection or not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's always. I have to imagine if you create an account at a site like that, like a Pornhub or whatever. If you have an account, how did you come up with your screen name? I mean,
Oh.
I bet there's some crazy ones.
Well, and are you just gonna like? Do they give you the option of logging in with your Google account? You
why
know,
would
like,
you
oh,
ever
let me
have
just
an
use my
account?
Google.
So what are the benefits of logging into a porn site?
I mean,
Is there a benefit of
I
some
don't
kind?
know. Do you
Do
get
you
like,
perks?
yeah, like a
Maybe you get,
signed photo?
or
You
maybe
know,
you get email
monthly?
reminders. Hey, there's a new
Yeah,
pog.
yeah,
Yeah, a
new
pog
pog.
alert.
Yeah,
A pog alert.
BBW,
Yeah, BBW alert.
whatever, or
Yeah,
CDT,
whatever.
whatever that is. I still
You
haven't
act
found
like
out
you're
what that
brand
means.
new. Stop it. No one's falling for it. You're a dancer, for God's sake.
Hello, former.
I said you were a
Okay,
dancer.
yeah.
You're not a dancer.
Hey, I am a delicate flower.
You've become a delicate flower
I'm
over.
I'm
Yeah,
a precious.
no one is no one's buying that. You can save that.
Angelic.
No, you can save that.
lady.
No, it's not going to play out here. I'm sorry. All right,
I can't
let's
even
just-
say it with a straight face.
No, of course you can't because it's ridiculous. Hey, this is a pretty interesting story right here.
Is it about pogs?
No, it is not. Matthew Wilsey, he's at the University of Michigan, made a kind of a sci-fi futuristic breakthrough that might help a lot of people.
I'm scared already.
No, it's really cool. He and his team created an algorithm that allows someone to trigger different signals for a computer using just their thoughts. The invention, which was tested by a paralyzed man who suffered a spinal cord injury, allowed him to pilot a virtual drone.
Okay, God bless. Virtual. Thank
Yeah,
you.
well,
Thank you,
to
thank
start,
you.
yeah. The algorithm hooks into a brain-computer interface made from 192 electrodes that are implanted in the area of the brain that controls hand motion. The man used it by imagining moving his fingers, which sends signals that are read by an AI model and used to control the drone.
Wow. I saw that on Grey's Anatomy.
Now, that may sound at first like, well, why would you even want him to control a drone? What's the value of that?
Employment? I don't know.
Could be right. No, actually, the value to that is that at some point, they'll have implants where using that technology, you'll be able to move your arms and legs that way because they'll have things implanted so you
Implanted
can
in your
just
body.
bypass
Mm-hmm.
that neural block that you have in the spine or whatever. And that's,
So cool.
that's right around the
That's
corner.
really cool.
It is really cool to see, us starting to beat things like that and be able to, so to speak, hack the body.
Yeah. I love seeing all these advancements. When I was in college 10 years ago,
That's why you were a dancer, to pay for your college. Oh, I didn't know that.
I was paying for my habit.
Oh, okay.
I was definitely paying for my
trying
habit.
to give you an out there.
I appreciate it, but no. I was in senior seminar, and one of the classes I was taking was the anthropology of death, and it was probably one of my absolute favorite classes. One of the things that we talked about was cyborgs, and I mean, basically, these implants, and when you're doing prosthetics and things
Yeah.
like that, we're literally creating cyborgs. I mean, it's not what you're thinking as far as like
No,
T2
not
or whatever,
yet.
not yet. But here we are on that ground floor. But now here we
look,
are with the
When
mechanism, the logistics.
when in whatever year, 1987, that the Return of the Jedi came out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Return of the where Luke loses his hand
Mhm.
and he gets a mechanical hand.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, that seems so crazy, so unreal, so hard to even fathom
Yeah.
that it could ever happen. And now we're on the cusp of
We're on the
that.
cusp of it.
We're really on the cusp of
I mean,
that. That's kind of wild to
Yeah.
think about, isn't it?
it really is.
You could
Yeah, we
you're
could see
almost
that in our
replacing-
lifetime.
Yeah, I think you will see that. I think you're about to see
Yeah.
a lot of that kind of stuff in your
Yeah.
lifetime.
That's
you know.
so cool.
hmm Yeah, you're going to see amputees that get new prosthetics that do just crazy stuff.
And look,
Yeah,
real,
it probably
it
it
or
probably
at least
gets
get
them
to
that
that
look
level.
real. Yeah, yeah.
It's not like they don't have that technology already. As far
Mhm.
as like the
Yeah.
lifelike looking and kind of somewhat feeling.
Mhm. Yeah, it's getting better and better. I saw speaking of that, I saw an interesting thing last night, a trailer for a movie, and it's a movie about. So imagine, if you will, and we've talked about this, where you have automatrons or
Right.
humanoid robots,
Right.
right? And in this particular movie trailer, the humanoid robot was the girlfriend. It was a girlfriend bot, like
Yeah. A
the-
girlfriend bot.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we have
basically.
now.
But-
kind of.
but in this case, she became, I guess her programming goes wrong, and she's obsessed with her
Oh.
owner and won't stop,
Oh.
and
Like
so
a fatal attraction kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, and he can't kill it. He
Yeah,
can't turn it
'cause
off,
that's a robot.
and
Oh,
she won't go away. And so it was a real interesting trailer. I was like, that's kind of interesting,
Is it a
because
horror or a comedy?
no, it was not a comedy.
Yeah,
It
okay.
was more
Okay.
serious.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it
Okay.
was much more
Okay.
serious
Like
than that.
sinister
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit.
It was
Okay.
like Bicentennial Man gone wrong.
Ooh.
That's a great movie, by the way. If you've never seen Bicentennial Man, that's a damn good movie. Have you ever seen that with Robin Williams?
A long time ago.
Yeah, where he's trying to get human rights for
Mm-hmm.
the robot.
The robot.
Yeah, it's a really really great story.
Love Robin Williams.
Yeah, man, it's there's another one too. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. It's called What Dreams May Come.
That was a beautiful movie.
I thought it was a really
It
good
was a
movie. It
beautiful
incorporated
movie.
a lot of things in it, but it
Yeah.
was a good movie.
Yeah, it
You know,
was.
It was real
Yeah.
different.
That is one that the podcast How Did This Get Made did cover and gave a lot of shit to, but I thought it was a very beautiful, emotional movie.
Well, look, critics are going to be critics. I mean, look, their job is to find things that are negative about stuff.
Yeah.
That's what critics do, and
Yeah.
so there's no movie that's beyond that. But yeah, it was a real controversial movie
It
in
was.
its time, I
It
believe.
was.
Because it incorporated a lot of different, not traditional religious
Yep.
ideas,
Mhm.
ideologies, concepts, things like that. And it dealt a lot with suicide,
Yep.
which was a key component in that film. But I thought it was awesome.
I thought it was
actually.
beautiful.
Yeah, really
Absolutely
good movie.
beautiful. Very moving.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of moving, look, you want a law firm that's moving the right direction and moving you the right direction. And Riggin Law is that law firm, especially if you're in the Benton area. But no matter where you are, look, even if you're in Little Rock, it's worth a short drive or a phone call. Kristen Riggin and her team are awesome. I've known Kristen for many years. And first of all, she's very funny. And you don't find a lot of funny attorneys. She's literally very funny. She's just fun to talk with. But she can really, really help you, whether it's family law, property law. I've talked a lot about probate,
Mm-hmm.
where maybe your parent dies and you have siblings, and it's going into probate and people are fighting over it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. It's never going to work out the way you want. Just go talk to Kristen Riggin over at Riggin Law. It's rigginlaw.com, and they're in Benton. And talk to her, and they'll help you navigate through that, where you don't have to be the villain of the story.
Right.
Let her help you out and get through all that. Or if you have a custody case, listen, as a guy, I probably shouldn't even say this, but I always felt like I wanted to have a female attorney
Mm-hmm.
for my custody, because I'm not a female, and
Yeah.
I needed some female
You
input
needed
and
female energy.
energy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
really did.
for that,
Absolutely. That makes
and
sense.
it was really important to me to have that,
Hmm.
and it made a huge difference for me. I ended up with
With custody.
50%
Yeah.
custody of I wasn't a weekend daddy.
Exactly. And that's man, that
Yeah,
is an accomplishment.
so
That speaks, I don't know.
well, anyway, Riggin Law though,
Yeah.
check them out, rigginlaw.com. So what's happening at the break room? What's new and good over there these days?
What is new and good over there? Man, we're just plugging right along. I hired some weekend help so that there's somebody cleaning up the rooms while I'm up front being the face. I don't know if we're hitting M&R today. It's
I've
still
been
cold in
I've
here.
been meaning to ask you, and I don't even know, I guess how to phrase it, but so if when someone comes in there and they're breaking things, let's say it can use a like a ball bat to do.
So we have an assortment of
Right,
items,
but
but
I'm saying you could
we've
use a
got
baseball
yeah,
bat,
we've
right?
got
Okay.
bats, pipes,
So
hammers.
how do you prevent, for example, let's say that I come in there and I'm a slugger, and I hit this glass and just bam, and it's out of the park hit.
Mhm.
How do you prevent damaging the actual walls and stuff? I mean, that was I started
Yeah.
thinking about that and I was like, man, there's a lot of people in there really swinging and breaking
Yeah,
stuff. How do you
yeah.
do that?
Well, we eventually put up plywood all
Okay.
around the rooms. We do have one room that we need to get plywood up in. And that's like the closest we've got as far as doing that. And I have this long ass safety spiel that I go over, which is so humorous and hilarious because I'm very much a mom in this regard because people will be like, well, duh, that's common sense. Like when I tell them, don't take a hammer to my wall.
Yeah.
They're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, I mean, I've got a room where somebody went through and just
Hit the wall.
took a hammer to the wall
Oh,
and
they
just
just
put a
wanted to
bunch of
break
holes.
drywall.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
just doing it. And
Oh, that's
yeah, I had some teenage boys this weekend who broke a table. And I
the
mean,
table
that's
stuff was sitting on, you mean?
yeah, yeah, they
Oh,
broke the
wow.
table. And I mean, it happens. This table probably could have lasted us a few more weeks, but it is what it is. And I mean, it happens,
Yeah.
it's the nature of the beast.
Okay, but you have plywood up in
I got
most of the
plywood
areas to
up.
prevent that. Okay,
Yep,
well that
there's
makes sense.
plywood up. We close the doors, yeah, that's the best we do,
Yeah.
letting
Now,
people know kind of.
when people come in and they book time there to do this, right?
Mhm.
Do they book just a particular room, or is the whole facility open to them?
So it depends on how many people you're bringing, what room you get. We have one large room that's basically from 3 people and up.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Where
or
you can
well, I
break
won't
stuff
say 3 and up.
at the same time,
Yeah,
basically.
I would say 3 to anywhere between 6 and 7 people because it just kind of depends on how big they are. Because if we get a 8 12-year-olds,
Yeah.
they can go in one room, but we really like once we hit about 8 participants in a booking, you get a couple of rooms or more. That's why
Mhm.
when we do corporate events or parties, you get the whole space. But yeah, they give me something to break is our base level, and that's one person. It's 30 minutes, $30. It's you in a room by yourself. It smells like team spirit, goes from 2 people to 6 basically, and then after that we get into
Group rate.
group rate.
Yeah.
TPS report. It's trust falls and TPS reports is our corporate package. I know, right? It's a new dawn.
CPS reports.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, yeah.
Little office space humor there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no, that's
Yeah.
great. That movie is so good and so slept on by a lot of people, but
Mhm.
the copy machine, there's such a
That whole
great
scene.
scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the whole thing is fantastic.
it
It's a
really is a
really,
great
really good
movie. It's
movie.
very well done.
Yeah, the pieces of flair.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. Jennifer Aniston's in that.
She
You
is.
forget that Jennifer Aniston is in
She
that
is.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
She is
sure
good
is.
in that movie.
All right.
And the red stapler.
Oh yeah, Miss Stapler.
And Miss Stapler.
What did I read?
He's a phenomenal actor.
He
Forget his
is
name, but
because
he's so good.
yeah, he's in a lot of
A
things,
lot of
and
things.
it's
And you wouldn't even realize it's
now
him.
I'll tell you somebody else who glasses change them up a lot. Have you ever seen you know what Trailer Park Boys is?
Of course.
New Bubbles is.
Of
Have you ever
course.
seen Bubbles without his
I
glasses and
have.
stuff?
It's
You're just like,
wild.
wow.
Yeah.
Hold on, man.
You
what?
have eyeballs?
This dude looks completely different. But he's
Kidding.
probably the
What's up,
best part
Kerry?
on that. What up, dude? What's going on with you, man? Come on in. Have a
Come
seat.
say hi.
Well, you're good. Come on in. Talk to us.
You let my cat in.
There you go. Let me bring you up there.
Meow, meow, meow.
Oh,
Ooh, wee.
little feedback.
Oh.
What's going on? This is Kerry. He is a co-owner of Legion Scaffold. You probably know him. What's going on, man? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How about y'all?
Man, good. What's new today?
Oh, same old, same old.
Man, are you? I know that we've got some infrastructure work that we're getting ready to be getting into for Argan Brawl this week. I saw you talking to the guys a day or so ago. So how's everything getting it all worked out logistically?
Man, it's gonna be nice. We're gonna build some stands for everybody to sit in out of scaffold.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah. So we're converting it into an entertainment venue for Saturday at noon for Arkan Brawl, and 9 matches. That's how many there'll be.
Wow.
And it's great because you can have a scaffold match. You got a Royal Rumble, which is great. You get several great matches, and the main event, which features myself versus Jimmy Buffet. I'm not too worried about Jimmy.
Old Jimmy.
No, I'm gonna handle Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably been saddled up to the buffet since the match is announced. I mean, you can
might-
take him.
No, my guess is he's probably been somewhere, and
I think he's,
in a safe
sleeping
space.
on you. I think he's
probably
sleeping
in a
on
safe
you.
space right now with a lot of anxiety. Oh, you think he's sleeping on me?
I think he's sleeping on you.
That's a bad call.
You're
Yeah.
gonna feel bad.
Oh.
A dude comes in here and whoops you in your own studio.
I'm not gonna feel bad.
Who gonna whoop me in my own studio, bro? Who gonna do that?
We're fighting in the studio.
No, not as far as I know. Not unless some heads get to
Y'all
running.
need to take Buffet to the buffet and get him all,
Indeed.
carb loaded.
Take him to his final meal. That's what you need
Yeah,
to do.
Golden Corral.
Yeah, let him pick his
Yeah.
final food.
Yeah, with that
Yeah.
chocolate fountain.
Look, that dude's so. You want to know why I'm going to win? Because this
Because he's
guy is so dumb.
Fat? No,
If you
oh,
move
he's
his
so dumb.
plate 5 inches, he'll starve to death. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, Buffet.
Yeah. So
What?
and plus he's big, but he's big slow.
He's big slow. You
Yeah,
big slow.
Big slow.
You big slow.
Yeah.
We're gonna start that.
But anyway, so we're converting it all into a big space there, and you're building up scaffold for the scaffold match, and that's going to be many feet over the ring.
At least 10. They're wanting 18 feet. I don't know if we'll go that high or not.
Wow, they were trying to get you to go 8. That's pretty high up.
Yeah.
That's a big fall, 18 feet. I'd have to say, I don't want to fall 18 feet.
That's about where I'm at. Well, I don't want to watch them fall 18 feet.
That's a long drop right there. That's a long drop. It's been really fascinating past week, 10 days, learning some moves and some counters and some, some different things that I've been working on and prepping up for. And so I'm super, super stoked. And then last night I was preening around the house in my outfit.
No way.
Yeah. I was,
Does the Lord like it?
Oh, Tammy's talking shit.
who is?
Tammy's talking shit.
What is Tammy saying? What's Tammy saying? Tell me what Tammy said.
Tammy said, "Big talk. He easily lifted you up and put you through that table.
Yeah,
He
no,
will
he
treat
did.
you like he does the
did.
buffet and destroy you."
Man, look, he's the reason the gene pool needs a lifeguard. Stop it, Tammy.
I thought she was saying he'll treat you like the hoe you are.
Oh, well, that's a whole different story. That's a different avenue right there. Tammy, I love you. I just have to knock your boy out. That's all.
Wait, Bubbles plays guitar for Rush?
No, he doesn't. No,
Little
don't
doggy's
mind
talking
it.
shit too.
No, he doesn't.
Everybody's talking
He does not
shit.
play. He's not Geddy Lee, or Geddy plays bass. Who plays guitar? Well, it's not
I
Bubbles.
don't know.
But that's funny. That is, yeah, he plays guitar for Rush. That's correct. That's what Bubbles does. Man, we went over there. You were here yesterday at the end of the show when Darren was like, "Hey, y'all want to go check out this ride in these cars?" And I said, "Yeah." So we went over to Evolve Auto, as the name of it, was just up the road here, and Darren's friend runs the place, and he had a Tesla Plaid.
Plaid?
Yeah, which is apparently the fastest domestic car made. 0 to 60 in 1.9.
Well, that snatch you back.
Bro, he said before he punched it, he said, "Listen," and you don't even have to punch it. I mean, it's electric. But he said, "Just go ahead and put your head back against the seat now."
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Oh, okay.
Oh.
You know, and you know
Oh.
that we used to joke a lot, and it wasn't a joke, but you know, you'd have cars that were really fast, muscle cars or whatever, and you go, I can put this $100 bill on the dash and punch it. You can't grab it.
Right.
I've never seen that actually be true.
Mm-mm.
This time it would be true.
I bet.
You couldn't. I could literally feel the G's pulling my face. I was like, whoa,
I
and
bet.
it was. I mean,
Man.
I mean, under 2 seconds. It was under 2 seconds. He goes, we're at 70, and I went, oh shit. Wow, you know, and he said then this thing will go as fast as you can imagine.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. It was wild. It was it was a beautiful car.
That wasn't fun.
Yeah, it was super nice, and you know, the center part is it's like a laptop screen basically,
Okay.
you know, and you know, once you have your key set or whatever, you don't need to do anything. You just get it. It's hooked to your phone. Your key is your phone.
Damn.
And so you just walk up to the car and the handles come out and it automatically goes. I mean, you don't have to put a key in, you don't have to push a button, you don't have to do anything. It just knows it's you.
That's crazy.
It is kind of crazy, isn't it?
Is there any sort of additional security? So if somebody stole your car and was able to gain access to or stole your phone, gained access to your car?
I don't know about
Like
that.
some visual,
That's a great
some
question. I'm not
facial
sure.
recognition that's like, nah, bro, that ain't you.
I don't know.
It's just
It's
a
a
down.
good question. I didn't ask that, but it is a good
Darren,
question.
do you know?
Darren may know. I don't know.
Can we get Elon Musk to come explain this shit to us,
Yeah,
please?
Elon, can
Hop
you?
on by.
Yeah, I need to set up an interview with him. That's what I need to do is just get an interview with Elon. I've got some really good interviews that are going to be coming up. We've got Scott Edwards. This guy is an amazing comedian. He has worked with everybody you can imagine. He's worked with the biggest names in the business and real interesting guy. And then I have to look at who the other one is that we booked yesterday. It's an author, and he's a brilliant physics scientist, but he's written some science fiction books now.
Nice.
And so we're going to talk to him too. So really getting some cool
I
guests
saw
that are
that.
starting to be on the show, and that's pretty exciting to start getting these kind of guests. You know, it's really cool to see these guests, you know, coming into play and you know, reaching out to us and going, hey, we'd like to be on the show. You know, let's see if I can tell you real quick. Hold on, because I was speaking out of my ass there.
What
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that guy. I swear I've seen him on some sort of
His name's Richard M.
some
Anderson.
bee documentary.
He went to San Jose State. He's got a master in microbiology and emphasis in molecular biology. Throughout his career, the evolution of life, Big Bang to space colonies, has been a dream of his that finally came to fruition. So he's done a lot of research on it. It's his second book, and he's going to come. He's from San Francisco. He's going to come on the show and talk to us about that. And that's super cool. And then this guy Scott Edwards, he's for 21 years he owned a chain of comedy clubs, and so he's worked with, you know, everyone from Leno to Carvey, Seinfeld.
Wow.
I mean, Bob Saget, you name it. He's worked with them, and so he's going to be on the show.
That's really cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, it's really cool that we're going to do that. By the way, it's a little bit of bad news, not too bad, but just slightly bad. I told everybody
Slightly
yesterday.
bad.
Yeah, I didn't get Survivor. I got to the semifinals, 3 interviews, and did really well. The last one, they let me know yesterday or day before yesterday, maybe, that I did not make it this time. He said, you know, we're not booking 2 different seasons this time, but he said, you know, when we announce again, you reach back out. So I think I got close.
Right.
I got close, but I didn't quite make it, you know.
Yeah.
But that's all right. That's all right. You know, I was already trying to learn how to do fire. I was thinking about, you know, what I'm going to eat in Fiji. I was starting
Yeah.
to do research on, you know, what kind of natural vegetation was there. I was trying to
Yeah.
get ahead of the game, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
You
talking.
can still do that. When
Oh no,
will they
I'll still
announce
be.
again?
Yeah, I'll definitely do it. You know, we're going to be on the blocks. We're working on that, and then I've applied for Big Brother. So hopefully, I'd love to hear that. That would be the biggest of the big for me.
Big Brother's the one you want?
Yeah, that would be number one, far and away. It's my favorite show, period, of all time.
Heck
Yeah, I love it, man. It's real psychological, There's a lot of lying and skeeving and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of manipulating and but trying to do it in a way that doesn't seem like you're manipulating everybody.
Right.
It's tricky. It's a very tricky thing to do. Anyway, let me just say thank you to Amanda for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Kerry, so what's been going on with you otherwise? What's new, man?
Oh, not a lot. Just trying to keep these scaffold guys busy.
Yeah, y'all still out on the dams and everything right now, or where you at?
We still got scaffolds up on the dams. We're not there right now. We've got a job down in the college at Arkadelphia,
Oh, really?
working down there. And
Okay.
well, I guess we are on a power plant dam up in Russellville.
Up in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, up in Las Vegas. Baby.
Vegas.
Yeah, those they go up there. Do they go ever do work at Nuclear One up there?
Nope. Nuclear One has their own scaffold crew on
Oh,
site.
do they? You
Yep.
know, that makes sense, actually. I know a guy that, now that I'm thinking about it, does construction there. His crew goes there, and he says it's a real pain in the ass.
Oh, it is. I mean, it should be.
Coming in.
Going
And
in
it
that
should be. I
nuclear
mean, it's a
plant.
nuclear facility, for
Right.
God's sake. You can't just walk in,
Yeah.
like out off the street and go, hey,
Can't.
let me come check out these rods,
That's what she
Stick my
said.
tongue to it.
Ooh, that sounds like a great way to end the show today, right there, doesn't it? Hey, I just want to say thank you to everybody. You guys are awesome. Keep spreading the word.
Peace.
Keep sharing it. We
Love you,
are
bye.
we out this bitch.
We out
Late.
this bitch.